Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. It's Thursday, which means it's time to party. It's happy hour, and we're going to be having a hell of a time this entire show. It's Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, and coming up live on today's show, we're going to look at the latest Raiders news and rumors. I'll give you some injury updates on Chandler Jones. Had a source reach out to me in terms of Jakorian Bennett. Big-time NFL Week 1 news around the silver and black. Then we're going to get into some of the top Raiders to watch up against the Dallas Cowboys. I know some people don't care about this preseason game, but I can promise you this. This game means a lot, and I mean a lot to me. Chugs and I live down here in Dallas. My fiance is a Cowboys fan, and I want to take down Tom Downey. Plus, your fiance too? Chugs' fiance too is a Cowboys fan. Then I want to do a segment around players who I believe are going to steal some jobs. So without further ado, I need y'all to give Jeremy Chugs a warm welcome. Spam Real One for Life down in the comment section right now, because entering today's show, Jeremy Chugs.
Raider Nation! Let's go!
Hopefully everyone is ready to rock and roll today. We got one hell of a show on tap for all of y'all. And I got something really special for Martin out there for Super Chat rolling in here on today's show from Raider Muerte. And he's already trying to get the good vibes going, which, hey, I appreciate Raider Muerte, and I'll tell you this, every time somebody sends in a good vibe sticker on today's show, I got a brand new, which now I realize, dumb me, I got corn. We're drinking out of corn. The problem is the bottom half of the cup is green, so it just looks like I got a floating corn cob. Let's give some shout-outs here to the nation. We out here entertainment. What up, John Scheffler? He's always down to have a good time.
Always down to bang.
I got Twisted Metal, Luis Rodriguez, Andrew, here's T.O. I got Dave, AP209 AP I saw yesterday in the Raiders live show.
Juan Hernandez, Luis Rodriguez.
Marcus Lewis, Eric M, Mr. E, Spam and Mitch, Raider Joe 70. Patrick B, Mount Raider Moore, I salute you. Queen Sarah Otto, it's so good to have all of y'all here. So here's today's specials on our live Raiders Report show. If you send in a $5 super chat, one of our OG watchers, maybe not even OG, one of our most dedicated watchers is Martin, and he's from across the pond. So you know what? I got myself already a Happy Dad poured on my corn cob. Every time you send in a $5 super chat, we're teabagging for Martin today. $20, we're doing a wheel spin. Every $100, you're going to get put on the Boot Hall of Fame. And I'm slamming down a Happy Dad. I got a whole case of them right over here. So not only are you getting on the Boot Hall of Fame, I'm doing a beer bong. And then whoever's the MVP of today's show, I am going to wear your jersey during our Raiders, Cowboys, Saturday preseason watch party. We got 400 people tuned in, yet only 90 likes. Queen,
whoa.
Tell them to get those numbers up. I got a cat, a monkey. Homer Reyes, what up, Henry? The whole Valdez family says, what's cracking? What's up? I got Henry. I'll send you a 20 to snort it. What am I snorting? Happy Dad? I'll snort a Happy Dad. I'll see what I can do. All right, how about this? One of the things that we're going to talk about today is Chandler Jones, because it's definitely been a player that I know the nation wants a little bit of an update on in terms of, is he healthy and whatnot. My question to you is this. The Raiders obviously paid Chandler Jones a lot of money. They restructured his contract this offseason. What is your concern level with Chandler Jones as it stands right now? One being, you're not worried at all. 10, you're freaking out. He did not have the season that we were all hoping for. Only 4.5 sacks last season, and most of those came up against the Chargers. Then, or I guess I should say now, you got this injury thing, which has not really been disclosed to anybody. So where are you sitting right now in terms of your panic meter on Chandler Jones? Juan Hernandez says 8. Rebel Montana's going to go with a 6. Patrick B, 2. Eric M, 7. I wish I was cool, calm, and collected as much as what Patrick B is, because that guy, he's got his feet up, different kind of bowl, and he's having a night. Vincenzo 7, Ray, Raider Nation 405's typing 7. CeeLo's going to go with the 5. I got Pat RNS. Maybe it's just Patrons and he forgot the O. Peter's going to go with the 5. Zalesbo. Cheers to her. She's typing 6. Derek Super Chat coming in says, silver my shield, black is my heart. Derek, I'm going to be real. I never know how to pronounce your last name. Nugent?
Win.
Is it Win?
Maybe.
Derek Win? If that's how you pronounce Win, that's mind-blowing to me. But then again...
Who said it right? Mitch or me? Derek, let us know. Who said it right?
Is it Win?
I think so.
Oh, man.
I think it might be Win.
Oh, boy. We'll see. The nation forever, never apart. Another one coming in from Derek, which right now, as it stands, Derek is today's MVP.
Derek, who got it right? Let us know.
Martin says, N guy in. New win. New win from Patrick B. It's New Yen. Well, hey, sooner or later, we'll get it right.
Whatever Derek tells us.
Whatever Derek says, that could be dangerous. I don't even know if he knows it. Mr. Marty Mart says Google it. Obviously, if you Google something, then that's guaranteed it's going to be right. Chev. Oh, Chugs is spot on.
Derek Win.
If you don't know what our wheel is today, we got all sorts of random shenanigans on that wheel from Chugs. You got it.
Thanks for the roses. We got 20 push-ups for Mitch. Mitch and Chug shot, a Chug shot, Mitch gritty, Mitch 20 JJ. I don't know what.
Jumping jacks.
Oh, okay. Thought you were giving 20 Josh Jacobs.
20 JJs. Marshall's all over that.
Animal noise. Mitch shot, Chug's roses.
Oh, boy.
Which, Mitch explained to me what the Chug's roses is.
It's going to be interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Eric M. getting the good vibes going. Eric, cheers to you.
Eric, thanks for the vibes.
Rebel said, don't let Marshall in. He owes me 2 shots.
Marshall.
I don't know.
2 shots.
This rivalry between Rebel and Marshall continues to grow.
It's like Larry versus Bird, Peyton versus Tom Brady. It's a battle as old as time.
I guess.
Marshall versus Rebel. The Go Home series.
The Go Home series. We got 450 people tuned in.
Martin, thanks for the roses.
If you haven't already, click that like button. Rebel, you a real one, bro. I appreciate you. I am curious, though, to see if Hellcat shows up, because last week, Hellcat was giving us all this shit, and today I wore his jersey. So we'll see what ends up happening here with Hellcat Q and Rebel. I got a special guest for you.
Go home, Rebel! Go home!
And he's back. And he's back. Oh, man. The Giants, they traded for Isaiah Simmons today, and that show got rocking and rolling earlier. I was kind of jealous. Like, I love breaking news in the morning. I looked at Jeremy, and I go, let's just go live. Like, let's get this party started. So, would love to be able to do it.
Rebel said go home, Marshall.
Go home, Marshall. Everybody spam, go home, Marshall.
$50 super chat from Rebel. I'm doing a shotgun. Rebel
Well,
only.
He said you already owe him 2 shots, so he's not sending anything else.
That from you. That just never happened.
I don't know. All right, y'all. How about this?
50 from you, Rebel. Only you.
Patrick B.
Only Rebel. Only Rebel. If Rebel sends in 50, 2 tequila shots and a beer shotgun.
Wow. So wait, 2 tequila shots and a shotgun
Rebel.
from Rebel
really,
only.
Rebel, if you send in a 50, he'll do a beer shotgun, and then he'll do what he already owes you.
Yeah. Oh, man. Name a player that you're going to be watching against the Dallas Cowboys. Coming up here on today's show, I'm going to give you my top 10 Raiders that I know I'm going to be watching. We'll give some shout-outs here. I see Juan Hernandez says Aidan O'Connell, Christopher Smith from Vincenzo, Patrick B. Our brand new MVP, Chandler Jones, is a bounce-back guy. He always comes back from injury and explodes. He restructured and got in better shape between him and his UFC brother. These guys know how to train and diet and lift.
He will explode this year. I'm
hoping that it's going to be a really solid year for Chandler Jones, and the Raiders need it. Like, I'm excited to see what this Raiders defense looks like, but if our defense, let's just say it's right here, if it takes it,
Rebel Montana! Bang! Marsh, he said double it!
He said he wants a double.
He's sending a one hundo. He wants it doubled.
And he wants it now. Call 877. I don't remember the song.
Call
Rebel.
Call Rebel Montana. 877 boot now. 877 boot now.
Rebel Montana, our brand new MVP. And we got to put him on the Boot Hall of Fame. Rebel. We're not worthy. We're not worthy, Rebel. We're not
Daniel.
worthy. Everybody spam Rebel Montana right now. Daniel, first time super chatter.
L'chaim.
Cheers to you. What?
Is that new?
It's corn.
That's not me new. I've never seen
This is me drinking corn the
It's
long
a big
way.
lump of knobs.
Drinking corn the long way. Everybody, you know what to spam. We got F Sams. No, now we got Go Home, Marshall. You want a shout out here on the show? Spam Go Home, Marshall. And you know what? Spin that wheel for Patrick
I'm going to
B.
spin it twice for Patrick.
Spin that wheel for Patrick B. You're watching Raiders Friday Happy Hour. Roses. All right, here's the name of the game. Name of the game is this. 60 seconds on the clock. You can, whatever you super chat, Jeremy has to do.
Maybe we should explain that.
Yeah, you can explain it better.
So, any sticker you do, a roses, vibes, whatever you do, I have to say it and be like, thanks for the roses.
It's like the TikTok sensation going on right now. So if you send Jeremy a pickle, he's got to say, thanks for the pickle. Go home, Marshall. From Phil. Martin. Well played, Marsh. Well played. Thirsty Thursday. Oh, boy. Raider Muerte.
Raider Muerte, thanks for the vibes.
Oh, Rebel Montana's getting this party started. Hey, Harry. Can you grab me a Sharpie? I forgot one. Or just have someone get me one. Muerte, cheers to you, my man. Or what if we just do every time somebody sends in, can you send in a roses sticker?
I think there is a rose sticker.
Is there a rose sticker?
It's 99 cents.
Every time somebody sends in a rose sticker for the next 60 seconds, Jeremy has to say, thanks for the roses. No. Sharpie. It might be in my pocket. Might be in the pocket. All right, y'all. Martin sending in the roses. Skilla says backflip.
Whoa! Backflip!
Is that one? I don't know. I kind of like this, though. Adam Martinez! What's up, brother? He watches the Texans show.
Yeah, one of my biggest supporters. Adam Martinez, I'll be watching Renfro. Still believe my Texans will get him from Las Vegas. Great work, guys. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Yes.
Oh, God.
We got two. Also, it's another wheel spin there for Adam Martinez. What'd you think of the trade for Josh Jones?
Thanks for the roses. Thanks for the roses.
Oh, my God. I kind of regret this spin. All right, deal's off now. New one is Mitch and Chugs got to take a shot. What you got? I brought you Fireball.
I didn't even get my shot glass.
Whew. Hair of the dog. Hair of the dog. Feels good.
Thanks for the roses.
Feels good.
Ooh, a fireball.
We got 450 people watching, yet only 190 likes. You know what to do. David Taken. Only way I would trade Jacobs is for a first-round pick and a fifth and a starting caliber player. 5 means I'm teabagging for Martin. Here's the problem there, David. You're not going to get a first-round pick for Josh Jacobs. I would say at best, and right now the live poll at the very top of today's show is, would you trade Jacobs for a second? Because there are no NFL teams out there that are going to give the Raiders a first-round pick for Jacobs. based on the market right now. If it was back in March and the Raiders said, hey, Jacobs available via trade, which would have been done because the franchise tag technically you could have gotten 2, then there would have been a possibility. At this point of the season in August, no, there's not going to be a team that is willing to give up a first-round pick for Josh Jacobs. A cattle monkey. Cheers to you, my guy. Cheers to you, good sir.
Thanks for the roses.
All right, just so we're clear, that deal is only valid if it lands on that for the wheel spin. All right, I got a question for the nation out there because it's going to be one of the topics of discussion here today. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, because the Raiders, they got to cut their roster down to 53 players on August 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you could only keep one of these offensive linemen, who would you keep? Would you keep Dalton Wagner, type DW? What about Netane Moody, type NM? McClendon Curtis, type MC? Justin Herron, type JH? If you could keep only one, who would you end up keeping? Carlos going to keep Dalton Wagner. Scott Raiders is keeping Dalton Wagner. Jeffrey Wagner. We got Jason, I think that's Sheets Wagner. Vincenzo, Senior Steve, McClendon Curtis. I mean, right now, it's based like Jeremy Miller, here's to go full. It's going to go Netane Moody. I would say first place votes, Dalton Wagner. Second is McClendon. Then Netane. I do not think I've seen a single Justin Herron. Joseph just gave me a Joseph Herron. Daniel Delgado spamming Wagner as well. Got another super chat coming in here from Derek. Shout out my Raiderette daughter.
Let's see how well Mitch listens. What's his last name?
Newin. No? It's not Newin? Nah, it's
Derek Wynn.
Derek Wynn. Derek Wynn. Shout out to his daughter who got into, is UW University of Washington?
University of Wyoming?
I don't know. UW. I'm guessing it's West Coast, so Washington. That's my guess.
Yeah.
That's my guess. Is that Washington?
Derek, is it Washington or Wyoming?
I think it's yeah, I guess it's Washington. UW. I think so. All right, y'all. We got a few more questions to ask all of y'all, and then we will get into today's show. Jeremy says Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, University of Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's another good one.
Harry, if I told you UW, what would you think?
Washington.
Washington? Not Wisconsin?
Derek, congratulations, man, to your daughter getting into the University of Washington. That's freaking awesome. Absolutely awesome. Let's go to the next one then. Rolling in here. It's from Cameron.
Get your tea bag.
Mitch, what are the chances Renfro gets traded for some picks? I don't think it happens anymore. Teabagging for Martin. Personally, to me, I can understand at the beginning when they drafted Trey Tucker, they signed DeAndre Carter, but the way that they're going to use both of those players, it's not even close to the way that they're going to use Hunter Renfrow this season. And from what it sounds like, they do anticipate using Renfrow very heavily. I will say if the Raiders are bad, they could potentially then at the trade deadline decide, okay, now we're going to move on. We're going to go in a different direction here. So I'll say as it stands right now, less than 5% chance that he gets traded. Trade deadline, depending where the record is, that might go up a little bit higher. Is that a Halo tea bag? Is Halo a tea brand?
He's talking about, you remember in Halo you used to teabag people? Like.
Oh, yeah. I was a great teabagger in Halo. Halo was my game. Like, my cousin and I, we used to enter tournaments.
Needler?
No.
Sniper?
I was sniper shotgun combo. I was good at it.
I was Needler rocket launcher.
So you weren't good at the game?
No.
Yeah. if somebody uses a Needler and a rocket launcher in Halo.
Oh, and always catch me strapped with the plasma grenades.
Yeah.
That was literally I could die 20 times, but if I stuck 2 people in a match, I won.
Yeah. My buddies and I, we used to play with, this is I think the newer Halo. We used to get like the hammers, the grav hammers. Dude, just hammering on each other all night. It's probably the straightest thing I've ever said. All right, pick a linebacker. Let's just say the Raiders decide to keep one of the linebackers that you see on screen. Who would you keep? Would you keep Curtis Bolton, who's had himself one hell of a preseason, type CB? Or would you go with the UDFA out of NC State, Drake Thomas, who had 12 tackles last week? CB for Curtis Bolton, DT for Drake Thomas. Scott Raiders spamming DT. Vedrak, what's up, my brother?
Vedrak!
Jeremy Wiley, Jaime Alvarado, all spamming DT, but then Vincenzo, Daniel Delgado showing a little bit of love to Curtis Bolton. I'll give you my answer coming up here in a little bit on today's show. Let's go to Nigel. Are you guys upset or happy that Fresh and Fit got canceled, just like Andrew Tate? What can we do to make men stronger and end feminism? I'm going to be honest.
We're talking about the Raiders today.
I'm not going to get into this. If you want to take that question to another channel, that's fine. My show here on Thursdays is to make people happy and smile. But I will teabag Martin. What up, Adam? Oh, wait. Cameron, he's coming to H-Town.
Talking about Hunter Renfrow. Adam, I don't know.
That's not a good fit.
I mean, the fit would be there because
I think they already have, though, a player that they want to be able to use like as a slot.
they want Tank Dell to be there.
That's what I'm saying.
Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, I like the idea because I do think if the Raiders were to trade Renfrow, the Texans would be a team that everybody would have as saying as a potential suitor because of the connection that both of those organizations have. Honestly, though, I think the team that makes the most sense for Renfrow, also based on connection, I think the Minnesota Vikings make some sense to me. They're still going to look for an Adam Thielen replacement. I don't believe in KJ Osborne. But then also the Tennessee Titans. The Titans might have the worst wide receiver room in the NFL.
A sneaky team. They just lost somebody.
Uh-huh.
The New York Jets.
See, they have a lot of depth, though.
They just lost Corey Davis.
I don't even know if he would have made the roster. Like, I think that's one of the reasons why they retired. They also signed Randall Cobb, and that's like Aaron Rodgers' guy.
Yeah.
Like, I hear you, but I'm not going to agree with you on that one. Paul Gaines typing CB. Juan Hernandez. What's up, my brother? 415 people watching. Who's ready to get today's show going?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Coming up here on today's live show, we are doing happy hour the entire show. So remember the deals are, you send in a good vibe sticker, I'll take a sip to that. $5 super chat, we're teabagging Martin. $20, we'll spin the wheel, and there's all sorts of crazy shenanigans on there. Every one hundo, I'm doing a beer bong, and you get added to the Boot Hall of Fame. And then on top of that, whoever's the MVP is, which right now as it stands is Rebel Montana, I would wear your jersey during the Raiders-Cowboys preseason game. The only other thing, Chugs, that I'm going to ask, and you can get it after the segment. Correct. I need my decals for the boot. So when you get time, when you get freed up, Chugs going. I just got to add Rebel to the Boot Hall of Fame before I forget. I gotta get that going. So the segment that we're gonna do first here on today's show is the top Raiders to watch versus the Dallas Cowboys. That's the first thing that we're gonna get into. What up, Oakland? What up, diehard Raider fan? Is there anybody in the chat right now that plans on going to the Raiders-Cowboys preseason game this Saturday? Chugs and I will be there, and we'll be tailgating. If anybody's there or anybody plans on going, let me know. Because I want to be able to link up with some Raider fans. I want to have some beers, have a good time. Chugs and I will probably be able to hang out for like 2.5 hours, and then we got to come back here to the studio and get ready for the watch party. So just if anybody plans on going, let me know. Uh-oh. I see Hellcat Q. What up, Hellcat? He's asking, why did Darian Butler go to IR? Darian Butler, unfortunately, tore his ACL and his meniscus. Chug said, I think you can play through it. The Raiders, they're not going to report injuries if they don't have to, and it's just the way that things are with this organization. But I was told by a source that, yes, Darian Butler tore his ACL and he tore his meniscus, and unfortunately for him, his season is over. which sucks because you never like to see a young player go through that type of injury. It's going to put him in a really difficult spot to be able to come back and try to make a roster. He did get some playing time last season with the Silver and Black, but that's a tough one. I don't know what Hellcat's going to do. So I'm going to add Martin here to our Boot Hall of Fame, which I already have a boot poured up. I'm just letting you know right now. I said Martin, I think. I mean Rebel. Also, I realize 824, so if you want to give a shout-out to Kobe, what are you doing? You're staying hydrated? Oh, thanks. Though, I don't know if that thing even showed up on screen. It probably just looked like a floating thing in your hand that just sprayed in my mouth. For everybody who was wondering, that was Gatorade. Or a Gatorade sipper. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. Water bottle. There you go. Oh! It's been a minute, maybe two, but he's back. One of Mount Raider legends, one of the GOATs, one of our top twos, David Zon Bang! We got a new MVP! $200 super chat! We should have known David was going to be down for Thirsty Thursday. We should have known that David was going to be down to get down on Thirsty Thursday. If you don't spam David Zahn, I'm kicking you out of the show. Another one. Why'd you spin it? I don't get it.
I sent it in at 200, so you were doing one, so I was thinking of doing...
I got to do 2 beer bongs.
I'll take a shot for it.
Chug said, you know what? I feel like spinning. First one here for Mr. Zahn.
I feel like making love.
Jugs, can you give some shout-outs to the peeps spamming Zahn?
Rebel Montana, Elijah, Anthony, Daniel Topchi, No, the Slokland. Oh, wow, what a name. Luis Rodriguez, Ken Basil, Chet Zuber, Gregory, come on.
Oh, man, that's
it's
so
David
cold.
freaking Zahn. Put this man's name in the chat. Let's go. Robert Jansen, Juan Hernandez, Peter Bueno, Michael Sampson, Chase DaCosta, Jaime Alvarado Sr., Steel Cage, Savage, Martin, Dan Dar, Mooncage, Homero Reyes, Vincenzo Peoples, Hellcat Q, all spamming David Zong, Howie Longway, Academy Monkey Jesus, Joshua Kincaid, and Raider Tone. They know what's up because they're spamming David Zahn in the chat.
Zahn, I know you've been a busy guy. I don't know if you know this or not, but for everybody who's watching the show right now, next week at this time, I'll get my Raiders tattoo live here on the Raiders Report.
Facts.
Big facts. We got tattoo artists coming in.
Brett, if you're watching, I still need Madden 24.
Yeah, that's actually, we should probably try to figure that out. Can you just go to the store and buy it?
I think so.
Yeah. I would say this. Just go get it with your...
Message him, need Madden 24.
Just say that you're going to go get it. Yeah. We're getting a Raiders tattoo next Thursday on my leg, but I'm doing like a whole leg thing here, Zahn. So it's going to be an all-day thing on Thursday, all-day thing on Friday, live here on the Raiders Report. I got a few guest appearances. From what my understanding is, the show's going to start at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and it's probably going to go almost to like 8 p.m. Eastern time. So it's going to be a long day, back-to-back days. But, man, wild stuff.
Derek Wynn, Chugs, keep singing. Shout out Big David.
Whoo!
That's usually a Thursday night special. Thursday night football. Me and Mitch will be live for every single Thursday night football game. Usually a Thursday night special. Maybe we can make some adjustments for today. Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka.
There is a Thursday
ooga chaka.
where my cousin's getting married on I want to say it's a Friday. Yeah, my cousin's getting married on a Friday, and I got to fly out there Thursday. I was going to talk to James and Brett, would you want to host Raiders Thursday and we just get like another producer in here and you guys just do your thing for Thursday? Sounds good.
What you do to me.
Really?
'Cause I'm hooked on a feeling. Dun, 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 dun. High on believing. Dun, dun, dun.
People always ask me, Mitch, why do people subscribe to the Raiders Report? There you go. There's your answer right there.
It's as sweet as candy.
Oh boy. Zahn, I don't last that long under the gun. What does that mean? Like,
its taste is on my mind.
Do you have tattoos, Dave? I don't know.
Girl, you got me thirsty for another cup of wine.
What's funny is my dad has told me numerous times, like, Chug's actually a good singer.
Hooked on a feeling.
He can actually sing. Many from David Zahn. How many tattoos do you guys have? Let me know down in the chat. Coming up here on the Raiders Report, I'm going to tell you the top players to watch. For whatever, if our stream gets canceled, it's because YouTube thought that we were just stealing music, just for the record here. Yeah, Chugs is just going to keep it going. Hellcat says too many to count. Yikes.
Oh, Raphael's, he's high on believing. Who else is high on believing? Because you're in love with me.
All right, I'll make you guys a deal. Every time somebody sends in a 100 and I'm chugging today, every time I'm chugging, you're singing that. Sound good? Besides then, though, you can't. No, you can't. That's the game. That's the game. All right, coming up here on the Raiders Report, we got top Raiders to watch versus the Dallas Cowboys in that final preseason game. They have players who are going to steal some jobs. And then today's news, rumors, some injury updates, and all of the practice news that I know. And all the news and notes that you want to know from today's practice. That's all coming up here on the Raiders Report in 3, 2. Coming up today on the Raiders Report, I'm going to be breaking down and ranking the top 10 Raiders that you need to watch up against the Dallas Cowboys. It's Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, and if you think for a second that this final preseason game doesn't mean anything to me, I'm going to look dead in the eyes to every single one of y'all and say, this game means more to me than any other preseason game in hell. I'm not going to say it means more than the regular season. My fiance is a Cowboys fan. Chugs' fiance is a Cowboys fan. The second biggest channel next to the Raiders Report here at Chat Sports is the Cowboys Report. I love Tom, but he's been talking a lot of shit this week, and I want to take down the Cowboys Report on the field and off the field, and I need your help to do it. So make sure you're subscribed to the Raiders Report because we're going to be live for this show. It's going to be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 hour before kickoff. On top of that, Chugs and I are going to be tailgating at AT&T Stadium before the game starts. So if you know you're going to be there, hit Chugs up on Twitter, hit me up on social media. Let's have a beer, maybe two, and let's see where the night takes us. Here we go, the top players to watch up against the Dallas Cowboys. Coming in here at number 10, it's Malcolm Koonce. And I don't know if Koonce is going to make this 53-man roster. To me, he's been very impressive this season. In the preseason, I get it. It's the preseason. However, though, his ability to pass rush is really impressive to me. His run-stopping ability, it's not there. Is he a great tackler? No. But the name that I will always bring up, because it is a name that I will continually think about when the Raiders' defensive line was at least a little bit better, was Max Crosby's rookie season, and one of his best buds was Benson Mayowa. And Benson Mayowa, all he did was he came on third down, he pinned his ears back, and he got after the quarterback. To me, Koonce can be an interesting player in terms of getting after the quarterback. And if that's his entire role this season, that's an okay role. Can he go into Dallas this week? Can he pin his ears back? And can he make a few big plays? That's what I'm going to be looking for out of Malcolm. Let's go to number 9 here on the list. It's Dalton Wagner at offensive tackle. Now, Wagner, to me, his first preseason game was a lot better than his second preseason game. And I knew when the Raiders signed him as a UDFA out of Arkansas that, honestly, from a rookie standpoint, he is an above-average run blocker. He's mean, he's nasty, he's 6'8", he's 320 pounds, because usually in the run blocking game, you can use your physicality and physical dominance on the opposing defense. In terms of pass blocking, it's a lot more footwork and technique. He doesn't quite have that yet, and for the Raiders, that's more important because of who's going to be playing quarterback this season in terms of Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, I will say that he's going to be battling with Justin Herron. He's going to be battling with a few other players to get that final roster spot. Jermaine Illuminor, going to make the roster. Thayer Munford, going to make the roster. If this Raiders team decides to keep 10 offensive linemen, maybe Wagner makes it. If he has a good, and I mean a really solid game, if I was this Raiders organization, I would rather bet on Dalton Wagner than Justin Herron. And honestly, it's not close to me. Let's go to number 8 here. It's McClendon Curtis, another UDFA offensive lineman, because to me, Curtis has been spectacular. If you were to look at all the PFF grades for the Las Vegas Raiders this season, McClendon is number 1 with a 92 overall grade. He's been solid in run blocking. He's been solid in pass blocking. And one of the reasons why I was really excited last season when the Raiders drafted Dale Parham is because an offensive lineman, and I'll say one of the toughest positions in the NFL is to play offensive lineman. And I've talked to numerous NFL scouts. I've talked to numerous NFL players. And one of the top traits that people look for in an offensive lineman is your ability to be able to process information quickly. Because whether it's a blitz, you got to put your body in the right spot. McClendon has done a great job with that early on. And against the Dallas Cowboys, I want to see how he's able to handle their pressure, because they're going to try to bring it no matter who's playing quarterback. So let's play a game here, because this is what the Raiders Report is all about. And you know what? It's going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So you're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break. I want you to scroll on down right now and let me know if you could keep only one of these players on your 53-man roster, who would you keep? Dalton Wagner, Netane Moody, McClendon Curtis, Justin Herron. After this YouTube ad break, I'm going to give you my answer. I would love to be able to keep Dalton Wagner and McClendon Curtis, but I'm honestly, if I can only keep one out of that list, I am going to keep McClendon Curtis. Is offensive tackle a bigger need since Brandon Parker is done for the season? Yes. Is Netane Moody shown flashes of good? Yes, he has. The last preseason game, I didn't love what I saw on tape, but what I look for is a player that has a lot of versatility, and McClendon has that to me. Plus, he's probably got more of the mental side of the offensive line game down, more than Wagner, more than Netane already, definitely more than Justin Herron. And when you got an offensive line coach like Carmen Basillo, I would bet on McClendon Curtis being a reliable starting offensive lineman. And if you can get that out of a UDFA, that's a big-time win. Let's go to number 7 here in terms of players to watch up against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to go with Amik Robertson at cornerback. Now, I'll be curious to see how they use him, because to me, the only way he's going to be able to make a real impact this upcoming season for this team is if he's out there playing in the slot. I think Amik is a dog. He probably wants to be an outside corner, but he's just got to be able to face the facts a lot of the times and just realize that he's just too small to play outside. However, when he's played in the slot, he's done a lot better. When the Raiders want to run more nickel coverages, or if there's 4-wide, 5-wide scenarios, you bring out Robertson, he can go out there and he can compete a little bit. I'm good with that. But to me, in this type of matchup here, he's going to be going up against, he needs to outplay Sam Webb. He needs to outplay Tyler Hall. He needs to outplay all the corners, because I don't know if the Raiders keep 7. If the Raiders keep 6, Amik might be on the outside looking in. Why? Because I know the Raiders are very high on this next guy coming up here at number 6, and that is Sam Webb. I personally believe Amik Robertson is a better corner than Sam Webb right now. However, I do think if you were to ask me, Mitch, who's the better corner next season, I might be willing to place my money on Webb. And one of the traits that I love in players, and this is the thing that I love about Webb, I've thrown out this scenario or example before, but it's more just because I think Raider fans get it when I say it. Certain players remind me of Nicholas Morrow. Nicholas Morrow was one of the Raiders' best linebackers when he left this team. But he was a UDFA, got better, and got better. That's what I see in Webb. You already saw when he got playing time, he did. He got better. He's getting better in the offseason. And now what you see where he's at in the preseason, he continues to get better. I want players that are coachable. I'm not saying that Amik's not coachable, but Amik has had to deal with a lot of other defensive coordinators, a lot of different head coaches, where Webb has only dealt with Josh McDaniels, only dealt with Patrick Graham. If I was an NFL team, I'd be more willing to invest in Webb's future than Amik Robertson's future. And because of that, I think Webb might have the advantage over Amik. But let's play another game here, and this is going to be a common theme on today's show. If you could keep only one of the corners that are on this roster right now, who would you keep? I know it's a tough question. Probably two guys on this list make it, but I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, you can only keep one. Are you going to keep Sam Webb? Are you going to keep David Long? Are you going to keep Amik Robertson? Or would you keep Tyler Hall? I want to know your answer right now down in the comments. If I am basing it on this season and this season alone, I'm probably going to keep Amik Robertson. And the only reason why I say that is because in a pinch, Amik can play outside and he can play inside. If I get a bet on a player's future, right? You and I both, let's just say McDaniels and Ziegler, you know that they're going to be around for the next 3 years. Then I'll take Sam Webb. I know David Long might be the best player right now out of that list, but he's only on the outside. And I'm pretty confident in our outside corner ability with Jakorian, with Nate Hobbs. He can play outside too. With Marcus Peters, Brandon Faison's going to end up making this roster. So to me, I'd probably bet on Amik, but if long-term, I'll go Sam Webb. If anybody's looking to make a bet right now, I'll tell you right now, I got a hell of a deal. If you go to BetUS, chatsports.com/Raiders, promo code Raiders125, for those of you that watch this show for a long time, you'll know. You get a hell of a deal, 125% deposit bonus. First-time bettors, you put down $100, get $125 for free. Here's the thing. At the time that I'm making this video, Jerry Jeduy is expected to miss several weeks with his hamstring injury, but it's not season-ending. Right now, if you go to BetUS, the Raiders are 4.5-point underdogs to the Denver Broncos. Who's going to be catching passes from Russell Wilson? I have absolutely, positively no idea. You can make that bet right now. If you're like Mitch, I'd rather make a bet on the game this upcoming weekend. Hey, it's all good. Why not do both? Because you're getting free money anyway. The deal that I'm making right now, if you're watching a preseason game and you bet the under on a preseason game, I'm just going to look. You got to do better with your life. Like, I don't know what you're doing. You can do better. If you're watching preseason football, you should only bet the over because that's worth your money. Like, I want points in the preseason. And right now, 38.5 is the over bet in Raiders-Cowboys on BetUS. The Raiders have scored 34 points in back-to-back games. I'm giving you the free money with the deal anyway. $125 for free if you put down $100. Here's a way to make a few extra bucks. You can risk $10 to win $9. It's a good deal. Risk 10, put extra $9 in your pocket. I don't know about y'all. It's an extra margarita, and I could use an extra margarita. Let's go to the number 5 player on my list to watch against Dallas. Wide receiver Trey Tucker. I do anticipate to see Tucker out there onto the field. I know he's a locked player in terms of making this roster, but the reason why I want to see Trey out there is because in the first preseason game, he was a loser to me. In the second preseason game, he was a loser to me. And did you see the flashes? Have you seen flashes in the preseason from Trey Tucker? No doubt about it. There's a few plays you're like, holy shit, this kid is fast, he's electric, and every time he's on the field, defensive coordinators have to pay attention. That's just a flat out, that's the truth. But we also have seen him have drop issues, and he also dropped a touchdown. I want to see his confidence get brought up, but I also want to see the Raiders and how they continue to use him in pre-snap motion because that's going to be a really big part of this Raiders offense with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I also want to see Aidan O'Connell cook with him a little bit more. Let's go to number 4 here. I'm going to cheat a little bit because it's not just one player. And I hope that the Raider fans that are watching the show can understand when I say I'm watching the entire defensive tackle room. Realistically, if I would have showed my top 10 Raiders players that I'm watching this upcoming week, I could have put all 10 of these players or all 9 of them on this show. I couldn't tell you who's making this roster. I know Bilal Nichols going to make it. I believe Jerry Tillery's going to make it. Byron Young's a lock to make it. He ended up practicing today on Thursday. After that, I think anything goes. John Jenkins has been impressive. Adam Butler's been impressive. Nesta Jade Silvera is a good run stopper. However, the Raiders have more invested in Matthew Butler. They have more invested in Neil Farrell Jr. They just went out and signed Costin. Now, Costin's not going to make it. He's more of like a Kyle Pecco type of player. Now, Pecco asked to be released, and that's why he was ultimately let go. But this defensive tackle room is one of the worst in the league. That's the truth. And it's a competition that the Raiders need to be better at. It's a battle that I'm watching, and I hope that the Raiders are smart and put all these DTs out there. That way we can see. Whoever doesn't play, though, in this game, I'm telling you right now at defensive tackle, keep that in mind because I think that means that they're making the 53. At number 3 here, I'm going to go linebacker Drake Thomas in the UDFA out of NC State. He's been spectacular. I love players that give effort. I will always bet on guys that show game in and game out, every single practice that he's going to go out there and he's going to give it his all. He had 12 tackles last week against the Rams, which led the Raiders. It led the entire preseason for most tackles in a game. And I'm going to look at all you right now and tell you, Drake Thomas is not the most athletic player out there on the field. But the trait that I love, the quality in a player that I love like Thomas is he reminds me of Max Crosby. I know, wait. He is not nearly as talented as Crosby. But the reason why Max isn't just a great player and why he's elite is because of the motor, because of the relentlessness, because of his determination. And that's what Thomas does. There was a lot of scouts out there that said Max Crosby isn't that great of an athlete. Now, Max worked his tail off and always found himself near the football. That's what Drake Thomas does. He always finds himself near the ball. And you can say what you want about athletic qualities. When you have awareness, when you can anticipate where the ball is going, that goes a very, very far way. Robert Spillane going to make this roster. Divine Diablo locked and loaded. Amari Burney going to make it. After that, I think it is up for grabs here a little bit. And yes, you got Drake Thomas. Yes, you got Luke Masterson. The Raiders signed Isaac, my favorite last name on this team, Darkangelo, literally yesterday, for those of you watching this live. But then, to me, he's not even the top linebacker that you should be watching in this preseason game. The top linebacker that y'all should be watching is Curtis Bolton, and he's been phenomenal this preseason. I don't know if there's been a Raiders player on defense that has boosted their stock more than Bolton. The biggest knock on him entering this offseason is his inability to cover, and he's done a much better job at being able to cover. Bolton is a better athlete than Drake Thomas. However, I do think Thomas is a smarter player. Bolton, though, is a guy that I believe more in terms of special teams. Special teams on this organization with McDaniels, with Ziegler, with Tom McMahon, the Raiders special teams coordinator coach, that weighs dividends. And Bolton has been flying all over the field. He's been asked to do a lot of things, and he's answered the call. In the preseason, when you're asked to do something and you answer it, that means a lot. Then when you're asked to do something else, you answer that and it just keeps going, your stock continues to rise and rise and rise. And Curtis Bolton right now would have been a player that I told y'all had 0% chance to make this roster last month. I'm telling you right now, he's at least got a shot. So let's play this game, and I love this game. If you could keep only one linebacker from the 3 names that you see on screen, who would you keep? Would you keep Curtis Bolton, type CB? Maybe you'd keep the UDFA Drake Thomas, type DT, or would you keep Luke Masterson? Because I just hyped up Bolton a lot. I just hyped Thomas up a lot. But when I do my 53-man roster projections, when I leave that 53-man, and I encourage everybody to do it with, hey, you keep 3 linebackers, you keep 4 linebackers. Try it where you keep 5 linebackers. That's where it's really tough. But the rosters that I love is when I keep 4 linebackers on this roster. And who was I debating between before? It was Drake Thomas and Luke Masterson. Now, it's got to be between these 3 guys right here. Judging by this chat, it's DT. The way that I think the Raiders are going to go, they're going to go with Luke Masterson. Masterson's more of a coverage linebacker, where if this team decides to go 5 LBs, that's where I think the other two can get into play here. But both I anticipate to be on the Raiders practice squad. Let's go to the next and the number one player that everyone's going to be watching. And I shouldn't have even. This is a no-brainer. This is a duh type of moment. It's Aidan O'Connell. I mean, spam those AOCs in the chat right now. Has there been a better quarterback in the preseason than Mr. O'Connell? I'll wait, because the answer is no. 26 of 36, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, quarterback rating of 122.8. I'll tell you this right now. I knew Aiden was going to be good this preseason. I did not anticipate for him to look the way that he does. He is passing the eye test. He is doing all of the right things. His ability to get receivers open, lead guys, the accuracy, the footwork, his anticipation for blitzes, standing in there tough. And if a few people didn't drop a few balls, I'm telling you right now, these numbers would look a lot better. Aiden looks like the real deal. And I'm telling you, if I'm Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that I don't get hurt this season. Because if Aiden steps in, I don't think he loses the job. I don't. From what I have seen, and I get it, I've only seen one drive from Jimmy, but go back and watch the tape. Aidan O'Connell's arm is light years ahead of what Garoppolo's is right now. Garoppolo might have the weakest arm in the NFL. Now, I get that doesn't only mean that he's not going to be able to execute the offense. Garoppolo is going to execute this offense. But I really, really believe if Aiden gets out there, I don't know if he gets the job back. So if I'm Garoppolo, I'm trying to stay healthy. The last thing that I'll say here on today's show is this. Listening to McDaniels talking to some people who are close to this team, I don't anticipate to see many starters out there week 3 in the preseason game, which sucks. I bought tickets for Alex, my fiance. Her dad was his birthday present, and then Alex's mom. They're going to be sitting, I'm telling you all this right now, so if you see Alex, she's going to be sitting a few rows back, section 135, right behind the Raiders. If you see her, say hello to the fam. I would definitely greatly appreciate it. Yeah, you can buy her a drink. She's probably going to want tequila, and I don't really think that she should be drinking tequila around her dad, but hey, what do I know? Anyway, I'll say, though, one of the most important notes that you should make is the players that don't play in this game, because the players that don't play in the Week 3 preseason game, from what I have heard, there's other teams doing their own thing. From what I've heard, the players who don't play in this game, I think you can almost check them in as saying these are going to be the guys that they have locked and loaded, making that 53-man roster. So one more time here, if you want to take a screenshot, you can. Make sure you post it on Twitter. Make sure you tag me. Make sure you tag Jugs, Instagram, Twitter, all those good places. And if you haven't already, tell your friends to subscribe to the Raiders Report. The link is flashing down there below. Send that to a few Raider fans, because the more and more Raider fans we get here, the more wild and crazy shit that we can continue to do here on this show. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Be on the lookout for Jeremy and I on Saturday, because we will be tailgating at Raiders-Cowboys preseason game. You hungry?
A little bit. Also, I do have to say, you said Jimmy G doesn't have the strongest arm.
Yep.
Then how does he make a 50-yard completion off his back foot in Madden? Explain that to me.
I'll explain it to you after this.
David Zon Bang!
Everyone, hundo, beer boom.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga.
I want you to read this right now.
I can't
Mount
stop
Raider More legend David Zahn says, slow night, let's turn up.
Deep inside of me.
Do not let David Zahn down.
You just don't realize.
I'm telling you all this right now. This show would not be where it's at if it wasn't for Raider Ron and David Zahn.
I'm so tight, you let me.
I'm not going to lie. I've been trying to figure out what you're doing, and I forgot I made this deal. I was like, why is he singing? Spam's on.
I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. Oh, I'm hooked on a feeling. Oh!
Another one! David Zahn! Bang! Are
Ooga
you
chaka, ooga,
shitting
ooga,
me?
ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka.
Zahn is
can't stop
100
this
away from a gong
feeling.
hit.
Deep inside of me.
Oh, shit.
Girl,
March.
you just don't realize
Can you go get me some more happies?
what you do to me.
Oh, man.
Lips as sweet as candy. It's the taste is on my mind. Girl, you
Hit
got
that like
me
button.
thirsty
I mean, right now our
for
MVP is
another cup
David
of
Zahn.
wine.
Oh, my Lord. Huh?
All the good love when we're alone. Keep it up, girl, you turn me on. 'Cause I'm... Say it. Oh!
I got it. Oh, shit. Hang on, wait. Go to Ventrack first. I don't have the gong set up.
We don't have a camera.
All right, hang on.
Ventrack! Bang! I see you, Mr. Zahn! I see you, Mr. Zahn! And this one, roll it in from David Zahn! Bang! David Zahn! Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka.
Oh, shit.
Sing it, Mitch.
I don't know the words.
Yes, you do.
What is it?
Hooked on a feeling.
See, when you say I want to say, I want to know.
Have you ever seen rain? Who sings that?
I have no idea.
Anybody in the chat? Who knows who sings that?
That one's for Zahn.
I know who sings that.
All right. I'll tell you this right now. Last week,
Hellcat got it right.
we got 13 100s in a row. It sounds insane.
Robert said, Chugs, please stop. I have 8 feral cats at my door.
Oh, man. If we get 14 100s in a row, I'm going to dress up like Aidan O'Connell, and I am going to shotgun a gosh darn liter of cola on this show.
I want to know, have you ever seen the rain?
A gosh darn liter of cola. Who's in? I got 2 right here for Zahn and Ventar. I'll tell you this right now. I wasn't ready for a Zahn Palooza. I wasn't ready for a Zahn Palooza.
I feel like I'm watching Oppenheimer right now because I just keep on getting hit with Zahn bombs.
Give some shout outs.
Too soon?
Yeah, give some shout outs.
Soon?
I'm pretty sure every time you say Oppenheimer, Jack gets a centimeter bigger. Oh, man. Holy tits. All right, hang on. I got to knock this down.
Oh.
Yo.
Well, okay, so David, Mitch is doing beer bongs for every 100. But as you say that, we're only $200 away from our first boot of the day. Oh, wow. I'll give Zahn a spin.
I'll tell you what.
All right, Chug Shot.
We've already gone through 7 happy dads.
$200 away from the boot.
It's a rather large amount.
Will we get there?
A what?
$200 away from the boot.
I can promise you this, we'll get there. I don't know how, but we'll get there. We got 415 people watching. If you haven't already, click that like button. Not for me.
Oh, Hellcat, that's my B.
Not for me. Not for Jeremy. But for Mr. Zahn. You should hit that like button. What up, Hellcat? Details on Chandler Jones. I do actually have a lot of details on Chandler Jones. However, Hellcat, I'm going to tell you about him at the end of today's show. Because literally...
That's what we call a tease.
Literally, like, one of the biggest parts of my news and rumors segment is the latest on Chandler Jones. So I don't want to give away too much information because then you might not watch. You might not watch anymore.
You might not watch.
And I don't want that to happen.
We're $200 away from a boot. Can we get there before our next segment?
In terms of who's a surprise on making the 53-man roster, so when I hear surprise, I mean players where, remember last season during the 53-man reveal when we saw Isaiah Polamayo, like, good player, but I think everybody would say that they were surprised that happened. I would say this season, surprise 53-man guys to make it. I'll go with Curtis Bolton, Drake Thomas, Roderick Teamer would be a name I would keep in mind, Dolan Wagner, McClendon Curtis. I'll even go this crazy, Cole Fotheringham. If Jesper Horsted's injury, and Horsted's missed quite a bit of time, and Fotheringham's played pretty well, I'll say keep him in mind. And then maybe the Raiders decide to keep Keelan Cole over Philip Dorsett. I don't recommend it, but we'll go that route.
Robert, I'm a little disappointed.
What'd he say?
He said, isn't it $500 for a boot? Robert, it's always been $1,000 for a boot.
Yeah, Robert, I don't know what world you live in. Robert, here's the thing. We do different deals all the time. We gotta keep on mixing up the deals.
The one consistent is usually
every 1,000 we get, we do a boot.
Unless there is one rule that goes along with that. He's in the chat. I'm not going to say it. Real ones, no.
Oh, yeah, that's also there. Which, if that happened right now, I'd be in trouble. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd be in a lot of trouble. I could really use a waffle right now. A waffle would hit different.
If you're getting breakfast and they're like, hey, you can choose one of these as your one of, like, eggs, you get eggs, bacon, sausage, and they're like, you get one of these. Which one are you picking?
If I get eggs, bacon, and sausage?
And then you get to pick one of these.
Ooh, boy. All right, this might be an unpopular opinion. It depends on the syrup. Okay, like if I'm at IHOP and I have like the blueberry syrup, the maple syrup, the strawberry, like all different kinds of syrup.
Dude, a sneaky one there, the pecan syrup.
Oh, if I have different kinds of syrups, I will go with a waffle.
Oh.
Pancakes are good. But like if I'm going to get, like I need to know it's like a good pancake place. Though IHOP's decent. If it's like.
It's literally the house of pancakes.
So they say. If I know that I can, if I'm eating like real maple syrup, like I'm talking like legit maple syrup, I'll take French toast.
So normally I'm going pancakes.
Okay.
But, and this is a big but, if the place
lie.
has elite biscuits,
okay,
I'll go biscuit.
I will never, out of anything on that list, I can promise you, we'll never order biscuits.
I'm telling you. Like, most places, they don't do biscuits right.
Nope.
If it's a place that does really, really good biscuits,
nope,
I'm going biscuit.
See, I look at sweet biscuits to me as savory.
No, you can put jam and stuff on a biscuit, honey on a biscuit.
I can put honey on a waffle.
Honey butter biscuit?
On a pancake or French toast is better.
You just haven't had a good biscuit.
I've had good biscuits.
Have you?
Yes, my favorite book when I grew up was Biscuit. Do you know that book? Do you know that book? Do you guys know the book Biscuit? Yes or no? My favorite book when I was a kid was Biscuit. Do you know that book? It was about a dog named Biscuit. I'll tell you this right now, and I swear to I'm not even shitting you right now. If somebody, I was going to say, if somebody sends a picture of Chugs that book, but you can just Google it. That's a terrible deal. My dog's name is Biscuit from Pollock. There you go. There you go.
Biscuits and gravy?
No.
You don't like biscuits and gravy?
Like, Alex is a big, like, if we go to Whataburger, she gets the chicken tenders and, like, gravy basket or whatever. No.
Dude.
I'm not a, gravy
Biscuits
I actually don't
and gravy!
like. I'm not a gravy person. Maybe it's a Texas thing. I don't know. I don't get it.
Biscuits and gravy slap.
All right, how about this? Out of the waffle, the pancakes, French toast, and biscuit, what's the last thing you would choose? Because biscuits, it's not close to me.
Honestly?
It's not. It's literally biscuits, and it's not close.
And it's only certain spots. I'm going last French toast.
No way.
I feel like a lot of places French toast is very, like, bland.
What type of toast are you using? Like, that's a big part of it.
You gotta use challah. Challah French toast is the best.
What the hell is that? Is that a Jewish thing? It sounds hella Jewish.
Real ones
actually,
know.
it sounds holla Jewish. I guess what I said.
Real ones know challah French toast. Coop.
I'm actually
French
surprised.
Toast? Challah French toast?
I will say.
Oh, yeah.
I will say the majority of my breakfast is usually the same. My breakfast items are usually always like egg sandwich is what I go for. Also, Raider Muerte.
My mom has the best pancakes. I'm a big syrup guy.
I'll teabag for your mom.
I have to have it with pancakes. With hers, I can eat them without. Interesting.
Really?
Are you just a normal pancake guy, or are you like blueberry or chocolate chip or?
If you eat plain pancakes, they better be elite pancakes. But like, if I can get blueberries, if I can get chocolate chip, like, no disrespect to your mom's pancakes, I'm gonna take chocolate chip and blueberry every day of the week. What?
No disrespect to your mom's pancakes, but
I bet you she has some great flapjacks, is all I'm saying. I'm just saying that I'm taking chocolate chip, blueberry every single day of the week. Zon, we haven't done a boot. There is the boot's at 1,000. We are, I can literally tell you the exact number. We are 175 away.
and 19 cents.
From a boot. And I'll tell you that, I didn't prepare for a David Zahn shit show. I should have ate more. I ordered a salad today. That was a bad choice.
Yeah, Mitch has done, what, 6 beer
Seven.
bongs? 7 beer bongs.
7 beer bongs. 2 boots. And then an extra guy. It's been a roller coaster. It's been a roller coaster. But you know what? We're here for a good time today. How about this, Jeremy? Let's get into our next segment.
Oh! Brandon! Wait for it. Jasper! Bang!
Since Hellcat Q and Wild 114 gifted a boot Hall of Fame to me a while ago, Mitch, for Hellcat Q and boot for Chugs and Locals. Oh, dude, I'll tell you this right now. If anybody's ever looking for, like, just personal interactions, weekly pick'ems, obviously only during seasonal times.
And just more live shows.
And just more live shows, you should go to RaidersReport.locals.com, which, wait, watch this. Watch that bottom graphic.
Is this the next part right?
Yes, but just look at that bottom graphic. Look at that. Right there. RaidersReport.locals.com. Also,
Oh!
David Zahn!
Bang!
All right, I'll make you guys I'll make you guys a deal here. All right. I'm about making deals. I think that's what this show here is all about. Hellcat, I'm looking at you. Hellcat, I don't need you to send anything in today, okay? Because if you do, I'm in real trouble. So here's what we're going to do. If we get one more 100 right now, boot race against Chugs. Because I already owe 2 beer bongs. Okay? Mathematically, 2 beer bongs. Jeremy's going to fill up the boot right now. So here's the deal. In the next 60 seconds, it doesn't have to be one person. If we get $100 combined in the next 60 seconds, if everybody sends in a $1 super chat, we're freaking there, man. We are freaking there. So starting in 3, let me get my clock ready. 2, 1, let's get this thing going. If we get 100 in the next 60 seconds, Chugs, me, well, that was just really, honestly, way too quick. Oh! Vedrick! Bang! Oh! Oh, shit, what is happening? Brandon Jasper! Bang! Ah! John Scheffler! Bang! Oh, shit! Oh, God. Well, this is about to take a turn. I feel like I owe Martin a teabag. I might have to teabag my boot. Whatever the nation wants, they get. Zon, you're good. Put your phone down, leave. Just put your phone down and go away. How about, has anybody out there got a boot in them? Yeah, you think? About what? Why? Dude, I don't know if he can make it. Is he going to be able to do it? Hey, Rolly. Hey, Rolly. Rolly. I'm not going to ask you what you think. Just come here real quick. You don't. You have no idea what I'm going to ask you. You're sitting there with your legs crossed. I believe in you. Come here real quick. I need you to go get the Chiefs guy and bring him in here. I want the Chiefs guy. I want the new Chiefs guy. That's who I want.
Vinthrak.
We're doing a 3-way boot race. He's gonna do. We're gonna break in the new Chiefs guy with a boot.
Vinthrak.
He's got it. I believe in
Brandon
him.
Jasper. John Scheffler.
During his job interview, he said he would do, and I quote, whatever it takes. This is whatever it takes.
Mateo.
I need a boot from the
I'll
new
left
Chiefs
up a really
guy.
good biscuits and gravy, hands down.
I need a new one.
PG, add to the count.
You got to be shitting me. Zon, log off. You got to leave. You got to go, dude. You got to get out of here. Somebody go tell Zon to leave. He's got to go. Yeah, he's got to go. We're in trouble. Hey, real quick, I just need you just for a second here. Hey, real quick here. All right, guys, everybody spam FKCs in the chat. Welcome in our brand new Chiefs host. I think his name's Jace with a J.
That is correct.
Jace with a J. Brand new Chiefs host here at Chat Sports. And I want to show him how Raider Nation gets down. So it's going to be me, Jeremy Chugs, and Jace. Beer boot race. Chugs is going to be drinking Coors, unless Zahn wants Bud Light his favorite. And then he's got a Happy Dad boot. What is that?
He said all season long.
All season long. Oh, I'm going to tell you this right now. When the Raiders play the Chiefs, which I believe is 12-16, you're going to have to buckle up.
I mean,
You're going to have to buckle up.
not for the game, but maybe for you. Yeah.
Buckle up. Hey, when the Raiders have played Kansas City in KC, they've actually done a lot better. For whatever reason, in Allegiant, it hasn't worked out as
Unless
much.
you start AOC, I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, dude, Aiden O'Connell. You don't want Aiden O'Connell. I don't know who the politician is. All right, so here's a few things that are about to happen. One, Jeremy's going to smoke us. I'm just going to tell you that right now. That's going to happen. Two, this is the first time Jace has ever done a boot.
So, let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Oh! Brandon Jasper! Bang! The new Chiefs guy has to get a 2 o'clock initiation. No. All right, so 2 o'clock is, for people who don't speak Raiders report, 2 o'clock is we'll put 60 seconds on the clock. And every single $10 super chat we get, you do a shot. After that boot. Tuna, we'll see how it goes. He's got some other stuff he's got to do yet today. You got to film one?
Rebel said, wanted to know if you eat corn the long way. Long way? What's the wrong way? Is there a wrong way? He only eats it the long way.
All right, that's word on the street. All right,
I don't.
Brandon, I'll make you a deal, okay? He's got to film a show, and he's still pretty new here, so let him go film the show. We might still be live. We're probably still going to be live when he gets done with it. Then we'll get 2 o'clock on when he comes back. Sound good? Okay. All right, it's boot time here. Let me know who you got. C for Chugs, J for Jace, and for Mitch. I get a 10-second head start. I get 10-second head start.
Well, this is your
All right, how about
first
this?
thing to do a boot, huh?
Well, then, this is in person at least. It's kind of like watching porn. Honestly.
You've seen it a bunch, but the first
You've
time-
seen it a bunch online, but until you actually see it in person, it's totally different.
Yeah.
It's arousing, honestly. It's breathtaking. All right, here we go. We got a Happy Dad boot, and David Zahn's favorite, Bud Light.
Yeah. I did it for David said it's fabulous.
Oh, my God. This is just too much. The worst part is David has done more. David's got more shit going on here. All right, y'all. How many second head start? What are you giving us?
Whatever the chat stuff.
All right, how many second of a head start do I get with Chugs?
I'm going to need a head start too here. So.
Well, the problem is you're just going to have to start right off the bat. All right, how about
They're saying 5.
we'll go waterfall style. You get 10 seconds, then I'll go, and then after 10 seconds, you go.
Okay.
Sound good? Waterfall style. 10 seconds, I get 10 seconds, and then so you're giving him 20.
Open your gullet.
Here we go. 3, 2, I'm just kidding. 1. Put your mouth on it. Oh, no, I meant like one after another. It's impressive. I appreciate it. Honestly, he's doing better than I thought. Am I up?
You don't know the things this throat can do.
Oh, I honestly feel like he's a magician. And it's just like a hidden card trick.
I have a hole in the back of my neck.
Like, we think he's drinking it, but deep down he's literally just like,
I'm like Shin Lim.
oh, man. That hurt, though. I'll also say this. 0 chance you gave me a 10-second head start. That was at least 4 seconds. That was unbelievable. Good job, though. Hey, everyone, give a round of applause for Jace. Give him a few FKCs in there as well. We'll see you in a little bit for Tune O'Clock. I do. Oh, man, what a shit show today has been. It's about to get worse. It's about to get worse. Zon, I just want you to know, for the record, what you just sent in, that's why the new Chiefs guy just came in here. I love this new one. It's I think Sleepless just sent in the noob sticker, which I don't think I've ever seen before. I love that. That might be, you know what? You send in the noob sticker today, and I'll show you my noobs. No, we'll take a sip to that. Also, we gotta teabag the noob. You know what's the best? Like this, I want you to taste this, Happy Dad. It's freaking good,
With the tea?
dude. It's actually pretty good.
Rebel, hey, new guy, do you eat corn? We read that one.
Mm-hmm.
Total noob.
Is that
Thanks for the roses.
Is that the new bit? Like every time somebody sends in a sticker, you got to act it out. I think I'm in.
Deal.
Only stickers though, not
All right,
comments.
David's on how you do the stickers. Is you click on
Dude, this is nuts.
you click on the little tab. Instead of super chat, you do super sticker.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be the rectangle with the dollar symbol underneath the chat. You click on super sticker, and then there's a ton to choose from.
A ton.
Total noob.
All right, I just want you guys to know what we just did was because of what Zon did. Y'all haven't seen yet. You're about to see. But I'm telling you this right now. I am in I'm hurting.
Yep.
I'm a hurting pup right now.
Cruising for a bruising.
And let me do the math real quick here.
Thanks for the roses.
Let me do the math. I got to do the math. All right, the math's checking out. You ready?
Oh, yep. Of course. Of course.
When you're ready, you let me know.
Okay.
Everybody spam David Zahn.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, make sure you hydrate yourself real quick. You good? Yeah, wait, one more time. Just make sure. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Oh! David Zahn!
David Zahn!
Oh, no.
What was great about that?
He just said to check it again.
What was great was I looked out and Petey looked at me and he goes, "Are you shitting me?" Petey goes, "Are you shitting me?"
David just said check Venmo again.
There's no way. There's no way.
Or he's behind and he hasn't seen it yet.
There's always a way. Zahn's trying to F up this whole thing. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do them.
David
gotta go somewhere else. You gotta leave. You can't stay here.
Total noob.
You can't. You gotta go, dude. I need more happy dads.
Total noob.
I need more happy dads. Zon's gotta go.
Thanks for the roses.
Yeah, Zon's gotta go. I'll tell you this right now. I'm gonna wear Zon's jersey tomorrow. That's a done deal. It's a done deal.
You mean on Saturday?
What's today? Thursday. Yep, Saturday. Yep.
You're just wearing it around your house. Babe, why are you wearing your David Zahn jersey? Did you watch yesterday?
Honestly, I probably should. I should wear it Friday and Saturday. Oh, man.
OMC, Raiders are sweeping the Chiefs this year.
I'll tell you
Facts.
this. If that happens,
we're dunking on Jace.
if that happens, I'm rocking a Patrick Mahomes haircut. I'll get a perm. I swear to God, I'd get a perm. If the Raiders beat the Chiefs twice, that means we're going to the playoffs. I'll get a perm on top, I'll shave everything else, and I'm rocking a perm. Dude, I'm in. I don't know if my haircut guy can do that, but we're going to make it happen. This one's for Zahn.
Zahn said he likes to pay before Friday. Something about he has a heavy load. I don't know. Zahn was just saying he has just such a heavy load he has to release. He can't hold it till Friday. Or else he'll get blue super chat.
There's about to be a Netflix special 20 years from now about Zahn, about how he just did money laundering on the Raiders report for all these years, and we come to find out he's like, it's going to be a Netflix special. That's all I'm saying. Zahn, you know that's right.
Zahn's got one of the heaviest loads I know.
Really? Tell me about it.
Mm-hmm. He released it.
Really?
Today. So he didn't get, blue super chat.
No, that makes sense. I heard his sticker it just sticks right on your face.
Thanks for the roses.
Yikes. Coming up here on today's show. What are we doing next?
We are doing players who are going to steal somebody's job on this roster.
I'm going to tell you this right now. It's not going to be my best. And I'm always I try to be a very honest person, right? Like, when we do these shows, it's a lot about honesty. What? It's not going to be my best. But we are going to get through it together. That's all I know. It's not going to be my best. But we're going to have fun doing it. And that's the most important thing. The Valdez family. Oh, man. My son Max's first Raiders Report show, named after the Condor himself. That's nuts. I'll tell you this right now.
That's awesome.
I want somebody to take a screenshot of this. I talk to Max every single day. I will send him this. I will send Max this, and I guarantee you he would definitely appreciate it. I talked to Max on the reg. He was first player I ever talked to on a Raiders on the Raiders, honestly. It's from the 2019 season, the Hard Knocks episode. Since then, Max and I have been pretty cool, but somebody take a screenshot of this. Tag me on IG, tag me on Twitter. I'll send it to Max. He loves this type of shit.
Rebel said Martin's got it.
I mean, Martin definitely done. Literally, Martin said done. Like, it's literally why I followed Martin the other day. Martin he's new to the show, but I don't think anybody does what Martin does. And when I say that, like, Martin is unbelievable for this show. Like, he's one of the reasons why this show continues to grow. It's because of a guy like Martin. All right. Yep, I see this comment from DP THRLVR. You're right. This has been a hell of a show. Because usually, when a show happens like this, I'm prepared. What do I mean? Chugs is our food manager here at Chat Sports.
I am.
And usually I eat a ton of food. But today, I ate a salad. Trying to watch my weight a little bit, Trying to stay slim.
He's trying to watch it. He watches it go up. He watches it go down.
Mainly go up. And after today, I'm hurting a little bit. But you know what? I think I'm one of the best at powering through. So we're going to power through here today on the Raiders Report. And I want you all to know that. I'm going to power through today. So coming up here on today's show, we are going to get into a segment around Raiders players that I think could steal some jobs. What is that? Is that what I do? I always see in the side of my eye, Jeremy tries to replicate my hand motions. And he did one of those.
That's what you did.
I usually do like the levels. That's how I do it. I'm a big hand talker. Coming up.
Can I get the steak with a side of mashed potatoes? Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Sir. All right, we got to do this. We got to do it now or else it's never going to happen. You ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? I hope, because this is going to be a shit show. Coming up here on today's show, Raiders who are stealing some jobs.
Oh! I'm kidding.
I know.
All right. Now we're ready.
Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. Today's show is presented by Panda Sups. And if anybody's looking for some high-quality protein, some fat burners, I recommend going to pandasups.com using code preseason for 25% off your order. Coming up here on today's show, I got 6 players who could be stealing some jobs this upcoming season. When you laid out your first initial 53-man roster projection, and I hope every single Raider fan, they do a 53-man roster projection, I want y'all to think about who are some dudes that could steal some jobs. And I'm going to give you 6 names right now. First name coming up here on today's show is Dalton Wagner, the UDFA out of Arkansas. And this young man right here has been playing pretty damn well this offseason, has been showing out in the preseason as well. Carmen Rosillo, the Raiders offensive line coach, loves big body offensive linemen. Standing in at 6'8", 320 pounds, Wagner is exactly that. And when I think Rosillo looks at a player like Wagner, he looks at him like a piece of clay. Some of y'all might think that's weird, but he believes that he can shape him into being the best offensive lineman that he could potentially be. And Wagner is a legit run blocker. Like, that was his top trait coming out of college. And now he's been able to build and do a lot better than what I anticipated from a pass blocking standpoint. When you got a quarterback like Jimmy Garoppolo, when you got a quarterback like Aidan O'Connell, let's call a spade, they're not the most mobile QBs. You need to be able to protect those type of guys, and Wagner struggles in the pass blocking area. However, though, I'm telling y'all right now, Dalton Wagner could steal Justin Herron's job. And if I was the Raiders and I'm making my 53, I am not putting Justin Herron on that 53. If you got to keep an extra offensive tackle because Brandon Parker is done for the season, I'm keeping Thayer Munford. I'll keep Jermaine Illuminor. I'm keeping Colton Miller. I'm also going to probably keep Dalton Wagner. Let's go to the next name here on this list of Raiders stealing jobs. McClendon Curtis. Wagner's been good. McClendon Curtis has been unbelievably good this preseason. As it stands right now, Curtis has a 92.8 overall PFF grade. That is the highest amongst any single Raiders player this preseason. His technique, legit. His ability to read plays is already very, very good for being a rookie talent. And I'm telling y'all right now, if I was the Raiders organization, I would say, do I want to bet on Netane Moody, or do I want to bet on McClendon Curtis? Netane Moody might, and this is a might be better than McClendon right now. Like, I'm talking, you got to put a player in the game right now. Who's better, Curtis or Moody? It's a coin flip. And because it's a coin flip, I am willing to bet on the player that's just starting to get into the NFL. You gave him $210,000 guaranteed money, which for a UDFA player is actually a lot of money. It's one of the highest out of any UDFA signing this entire season. So the Raiders already knew that this guy was solid. He was a round 5 player draft grade for me, and I like what I've seen so far in the preseason. McClendon Curtis might be stealing some jobs, and he might make his way on the 53-man roster. Now, if you're just brand new to the Raiders report here, Zon just did some wild shit. I want to know down in the comment section, what is going to happen? Do you think both Dalton Wagner and McClendon Curtis make the roster? Type B for both make it. If you think only Wagner is going to make it, type DW. If you think McClendon Curtis is the only player that makes it, type MC. If you think neither of the players make it, I want you to go down in the comment section right now and type NM. My answer is going to be coming up right now. My answer here in terms of who ends up making this Raiders roster, I believe that they end up keeping McClendon Curtis and they leave Dalton Wagner on the practice squad. The reason why I say that is because of the versatility aspect. If you were to put Curtis in a pinch, I think he might be able to handle the offensive tackle duties because he has it up here. And for players that are able to put it together up here, with Carmen Basillo, I'll bet on that a lot more than Wagner, who's more of a raw talent and still has a lot more to learn. I hope both of these guys end up making this team because I do think both of them do have some high upside. Let's go to the next player here that could end up stealing a job. It's Adam Plant Jr. For those of you that are new to this program, I have been on the Adam Plant Jr. hype train. Minicamp, OTAs, Chug just said we need some cheesecakes. If you don't know, his family, they make cheesecakes, and they, from what it looks like, are elite. From Adam Plant, though, he's been impressive all offseason. And if you're going to bet on a UDFA, you want to know that you're betting on a guy that's not only impressive on the field, not only impressive at practice, but has that background knowledge. And his dad was a former NFL player. And from everything that Chandler Jones has said, coaches, other players, it's not only that he's been impressive on the field, you got to be able to have like the knowledge of the game and knows what comes with being an NFL player and being prepared, being able to build something special. That's what Adam Plant brings to the table here. The coaching staff loves his preparation. He's got a motor, he's got hustle, and he's also a very talented player. The Raiders are going to keep Max Crosby, they're going to keep Tyree Wilson, they're going to keep Chandler Jones. After that, I do think that anything is up for grabs. Could he steal Jordan Willis' spot? Sure. Malcolm Kuntz, Jordan Willis, Adam Plant Jr., Isaac Rochelle are all going to be battling for those final defensive end spots. I can't guarantee who's going to make it, but Adam Plant Jr. is definitely making a name for himself. Now, we got 3 more names to get to here on today's show, but remember, our show today is presented by Panda Sups, and if you're looking for the best tasting protein in the game, I've been using Panda Sups now for close to a year. They've been a sponsor on this show for probably 2 years. And not only do they have great tasting protein, they have protein that's going to curb your appetite. Like, I have a big time sweet tooth, and when it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, my fiance Alex, she's a big time movie buff, right? So she gets a thing of popcorn going. I'm like, man, I want some ice cream. I want some cereal. I want something like that. What do? I get out the blender. I throw in some chocolate protein. I throw in some of the fruity protein as well. And I make myself something healthy because I know that Raider Nation is going to make me drink certain days. And I'm trying to stay slim. So when you get that like sweet tooth craving, you need something that actually fills that craving. And I promise you this, try Panda Sups protein because it's the best protein I've ever had. Some people might look at it and say, it's a little bit pricier than others. It's worth every single penny. And if you really want to try their new protein, the cookies and cream, the strawberries and cream, It's got real frozen dried strawberries in it. Dude, I'm telling you this right now, shit's elite. You can use code preseason for 25% off at pandasubs.com. That's how you're going to be able to get it. Down in the comment section, down in the description, Panda Subs is changing the game. Let's go to the next player that could potentially be stealing a job, and it's Curtis Bolton at linebacker. Bolton, to my knowledge, is the only Raiders player that I know has me blocked on Twitter. And it's probably because I've said, dude can't cover. Well, guess what? This offseason, this preseason, Bolton has showed me and has hopefully shown every single person that watches these games that he has really stepped up his game. The coaching staff asked him, can you cover more? He's done it. Coaching staff has asked him, can you get after the quarterback? He's done it. Coaching staff has asked him, hey, can you stop the run? He's done it. From all aspects of his game, it has improved this offseason. And if I'm going to bet on a guy like Bolton, I want to know that he's coachable. I want to know that he can get better. And Bolton has shown time and time again that he can get better and better and better on the defensive side of the football. On top of being a reliable, and I mean a very reliable player in terms of special teams. That goes a long way with this team. He's done a so much better job in coverage, and he could be a fringe player that ends up making this roster. He's got to be the biggest winner, though, in terms of the Raiders' entire preseason. Robert Spillane's going to make it. Divine Diablo is going to make it. After that, Amari Burney's going to make it too. Besides Luke Masterson, Curtis Bolton, the next player that could steal a job, his name is Drake Thomas. And I'm not saying that Bolton and Thomas are going to steal a job from somebody on the linebacker position, because that's not the truth. That's not why I put both of these guys on here. I did it more from, if you were to lay out your top 53 players on a team, and I encourage you to do it, because at this time of the year with roster cuts being August 29th, it is very, very important for you to do. I also see in the comments, Sprint 86, Mitch sounds lit. It's because I am. So, lay out your roster, 53 players. If this organization wants to keep Bolton and Thomas, that's going to take a job away from somebody. And both of these players, I'm honestly telling you, deserve to make this team, because that's how good they have been. Thomas's ability to stop the run, it's impressive. And he might not have all the bells and whistles that people might look at from a accolade standpoint. He's not the greatest athlete. But I will take a player that is always around the football. And Drake Thomas is always around the football. It's why he had 12 tackles this past week against the Los Angeles Rams. And he could steal a fringe player's ability to make this roster, because this team's going to look at special teams. This team's going to look at linebacker. And both of these guys have a shot to make it. So let's say this. Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, they look at you and they go, all right, man, you get to keep one of these guys. Who are you keeping? Are you going to keep Curtis Bolton? Or are you going to keep Drake Thomas? CB for Curtis Bolton, DT for Drake Thomas. Let me know down in the comment section. For me personally, the linebacker that I would keep out of these two is Drake Thomas. And it's nothing against Bolton. And Bolton has done a good job. If he unblocks me, maybe my answer chances. But Drake Thomas, to me, has the higher upside. Drake Thomas has the motor already. Bolton is the better athlete. Thomas has it up here. And I'll always bet up here before I bet on just overall athlete. Let's go to the final player here that has a chance to steal a job. It's Sam Webb. And Sam has been a interesting player here on this Raiders team because of his ability. He's to cover. But also he's gotten better and better and better and better. And that's what I want to see in any young player. Are you coachable? Are you a sponge? Are you somebody that has that ability to get better in the long run? The coaching staff, they love this guy because they see his hardworking nature. They see his ability to say, hey, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to compete. And he could steal a job from David Long Jr., Amik Robertson, Tyler Hall, Duke Shelley. I am confident enough to look at every single one of y'all right now and say that David Long Jr., Amik Robertson, Tyler Hall, Duke Shelley are all better players right now than Sam Webb. But if you're really trying to build something for the future, and you're really trying to build a benchmark, or you're really trying to build a solid foundation, would you be more willing to keep a player like Sam Webb, who might have that higher upside in 3 years? Because if he gets better and better and better and better, Sam Webb is going to find himself on a lot of 53-man rosters. So here's again my Raiders stealing jobs list. It's Dalton Wagner, it's McClendon Curtis, Adam Plant Jr., Curtis Bolton, Drake Thomas, and then Sam Webb. If anybody disagrees with this list, hey, let me know. Throw it down in the comments. Take a screenshot right now if you haven't already. Tag me on Instagram. Tag me on Twitter. I'm always curious to see what you guys have to say. Tag Chugs as well, because this show does not grow without Jeremy. It does not grow without me, and it does not grow without y'all. That's what the show is all about here. So please, we encourage your interaction. Today is also National Burger Day. So what's the best burger you have ever had? Wow, that's a tough question. Also, there was a trade that just went down. The Browns just traded away Josh Dobbs. The Cardinals.
Oh, wow.
Browns are sending quarterback Josh Dobbs. Don, you're killing me right now. And a 2024 7th-round pick to the Cardinals for a 5th-round pick in 2024. That means Dorian Thompson-Robinson is your new QB2. Kind of an interesting move.
Petey.
The Cardinals have been active today. I think it's a great deal.
Huh? Good?
It's a great deal.
They're trading away your volunteer.
It's a great deal for Cleveland. I mean, let's be real. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, light years ahead of Josh Dobbs.
And he has eyebrows.
Can't say the same. Best burger you've ever had? Let me know down in the comments. What's the best burger you've ever had, Chugs?
Ooh. I don't know. Maybe it's not the best burger I've ever had.
Okay.
One of the best burgers of my life I actually had recently when I went to Vegas. I went to Gordon Ramsay Burger. Let me just describe to you this burger, because I
So
don't
you
want
got
to
to Google it. I'll say the best burgers I've ever had. I'll say this. Barcode Burgers in Las Vegas.
Oh, Barcode, that was gas.
Barcode Burgers in Las Vegas. If I had to say my top 5 burgers I've ever had, they probably have 3 out of my top 5. I mean, every burger that I've had, and they always change up their menu. Dude, shit is elite.
Fire?
Shit's elite. Zon, I know. I see what you did.
All right. This is the burger I had at Gordon Ramsay. It was Swiss cheese, roasted tomatoes, marinated portobello mushroom, bacon, hot mayo, arugula, and a fried egg.
I would say the best 2 burgers I ever had. First burger, and this is just the fattest burger you've ever heard. It was, I think I've said it before on the show, regular beef patty. When I say legit wrapped in bacon, it was legit wrapped in bacon. Dates, I like dates. Bacon jam.
Ooh.
And then the buns were 2 Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh.
I'm not going to lie. I got done eating that, and I felt like a piece of shit. I had to go to therapy afterwards. But that's a lie. My other best burger that I've ever had was Barcode makes a certain burger. I don't know if they make it anymore. They used to make a Nick Kwiatkowski burger. And it's with cheese curds. I like cheese curds. Elite.
The burger I had there, whenever I went to Barcode, that's up there too.
Dude.
I got the Elvis burger.
The Elvis burger, the banana.
It came with a peanut butter spread, caramelized bananas, bacon on a cheeseburger.
Dude, it was nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Also, just a combo burger that I like. One of my favorite spots down here is called LSA down here in Dallas. It's in like Frisco and stuff. but they make a burger that's, and I love this combo, blue cheese, hot sauce, and bacon.
I love blue cheese.
Blue cheese, hot sauce, and bacon on a burger, it just hits.
Shit's actually fire. The shit is actually fire. All right.
PG, yes, Barcode does have alcohol.
They do. They also have you can also gamble there as well if you want.
I specifically remember because I got blasted there and then ate an Elvis burger.
Yeah, that's what happens when you drink all day and then do a boot. And you don't eat anything.
Yep.
Because we were setting up all day. We were just going all over the place with freaking Killer Cruising. Man, it was a hell of a day. Now, I just want you to know.
Oh! David Zone Bang!
Wait, did you hear that? Wait. What was that noise? Is it the headset?
No.
I think it's the headset.
Oh! David Zone Bang!
I owe y'all 2 more beer bongs. I gotta take a pee though. I know. I suck.
Thanks for the roses.
I suck as a human being.
Thanks for the roses.
I'll also say this. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to. I don't know if we're gonna do news and rumors. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. I'll try.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna try. All right. I'm gonna tell you this right now, though.
You didn't get that extra cut today.
What? Yeah, we already had a cut that went out today, but when you build something, you have something, it's nice.
Yeah.
However, I also don't want to put out a really shitty product, and I'm worried that the shitty product is about to happen. So, Zon, are you okay with this? I'm going to come back.
Yep.
We can film news and rumors.
Yep.
And then just do shit show after that.
Yep.
If you guys are okay with that, I'm okay with that. I got to take a pee. No shots is the deal. Unless you want them, which I don't know if you do. I'm telling you this right now, I can't do any more shots. So,
I'll do them, but let's do $20 shots.
Okay.
Because this could get out of hand really quickly.
I got to go pee so bad. You ready? Set.
All right. The Valdez family with another $5 super chat. We literally live 5 miles away from Wagner's family. Nice. Excited that my kids are going to his high school. I wonder how big he was in high school. If he was like 6'7", just towering over kids. Interesting. We have another super chat from Steel Cage Savage. Dave's Giant Burger in Fairfield, California. Yeah, let me know. What's your go-to burger spot? Also, Patty Melt from Whataburger never disappoints. Love a Whataburger Patty Melt. Bison burgers are great from Matthew Yoakum. Flaming Grill from Buckethead. In-N-Out from Enrique. I like In-N-Out's burgers. Their fries, not so much. It's Friday tomorrow, Rob. Oh, wow. Let me know. Best burger you've ever had. Rolly. Best burger you've ever had. This random-ass place in Fort Myers, Florida from Rolly. That's the best burger he's ever had. Doesn't even know the name of it. Hemingway's. There we go. Hemingway's. Chase, best burger you've ever had? Tough to say from Chase. Is it Philly or Dallas? Oh, dude, I didn't even think about that. There's this place down here called Rodeo Goat, and they have the Sugar Burger. It comes with grilled peaches, bacon. What is it, like a jalapeno jam on there? Oh, that shit's fire. That shit's fire. Peaches, 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 peaches. Barbecue bacon burger. I like a barbecue bacon burger. That same place that I was telling y'all earlier, LSA, I think Coop loves their barbecue bacon burger at LSA. Yeah, that's Coop's favorite. I know Coop. Alrighty. Let's see. Mitch is still gone. Millions of peaches, 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 peaches. Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Chipper. Best burger you've ever had. Sperry, one of our Steelers hosts, he said that the best burger he's ever had is from Chili's. Right, Sperry? Best burger you've had is from Chili's? And Chipper's an In-N-Out guy. Chipper's a straight In-N-Out guy. You don't get around much from Robert, yeah. Sperry's still out there. Homemade from JJ Wiggly. I don't mind a homemade burger. I like smash burgers. Chiba Hut. Chiba Hut's a sandwich spot, though, right? I don't think they have burgers. Devin said Val's Burgers from Castro Valley, California. Palak Gupta says, thank you, Chugs, for reminding me of a burger that I had at 7 in the morning. The best burger I had in Seoul is from Gilbert's Burgers and Fries. Their fries are to die for. You're welcome. Mario, not a fan of not a lot of Chili's fans in the chat today. Not a lot of Chili's fans. I know it's kind of wild that he said Chili's is his favorite burger.
We're back.
How we feeling? No shots.
Well, that's fine.
Lorenzo, what about Five Guys?
See, Five Guys to me is a little overpriced.
I like Five Guys.
The restaurant?
Oh, yeah. I like Five Guys, the restaurant.
All right. It's a little overpriced, though. I mean...
I've never had Red Robin. Have you?
Yes.
Is it good? Red Robin. Yum.
I think Red Robin is okay. Now, like, I'm telling you this, like when I grew up, again, I'm from the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania.
So we're not doing the cut first.
What happened?
You just poured a beer bong.
Well, it's for Zon.
You thought we were doing it after the cut.
I don't remember that. So anyway, I'll do this one, then we'll do the cut. Red Robin is the type of place where if you're from the middle of nowhere, Red Robin's a good spot.
Yeah.
Once you get cultured, like Red Robin in Dallas, the reason why there's no Red Robins in Dallas, because they wouldn't survive.
Red Robin's pretty good. I've never had it.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Their fries are probably better.
But like you're also from the middle of nowhere, so you know like
Robert's saying Culver's. I've never had Culver's. Sperry's loving on Culver's.
Well, I think that's just because of his mother-in-law, but I don't know. There's no camera over there.
Oh, you're right.
Hence why the gong's over here. All right, this one's for Long Zon. David, I'm just going to tell you this right now. There's no more other deals for a boot for you because I can't do it. I'm starving. Yeah, it was a bad choice. I didn't expect Zon to do what he's doing today, but this one's for Mr. David Zon. We got our boss Brett here and me. This one's too much. And then we're going to get into some Raiders news and rumors. Cheers to y'all.
Mario said steak burgers. I like a smash burger. If I had to choose one, I think smash burgers would be my favorite. They're so good. With like the melted cheese on it. Like not smash burgers the restaurant. I'm saying like just smash burgers.
I'm not going to lie.
Like that style.
I'm getting a burger tonight.
Sounds pretty damn good.
You have to right now. Like after today's
It's
show.
national. There has to be some kind of deal if it's National Burger Day. Right? Like there has to be something.
I mean, I hope there's a deal.
I hope.
Also, I need you to spin the wheel for PG. PG just sent in a $20 Venmo, and he needs a wheel spin now. Right freaking now. Oh, God. Oh, man.
Oh my God.
This is a nightmare.
Mitch.
Martin said, my favorite burger is the next one. I'm going to tell you this right now. I will not be this drunk for the rest of the season. I didn't prepare myself, and I'm mad. I am legitimately mad at myself for saying no to rice on Chipotle. That's how I feel.
And you just had a wet salad.
Dude, that shit was wet. I know y'all don't know, and probably some of y'all don't care. I told Jeremy, he goes, how was the salad? I go, it was good, but shit was wet. Like, I don't know what it was, but it was a wet salad.
Shit was wet.
Rebel, I'm going to crush some Panda Sups later. The other bad part is I got a haircut tomorrow at 10.
Dude, I need a haircut. I think I might stop into my guy.
The guy who cuts my hair, he's a big-time Raiders Report watcher. I'm going to get a haircut tomorrow, but Alex has to work always, like, in the morning, so I never have a car. So I Uber to my haircut place, and then I run home. My run is like 3 miles. After today, I'm in trouble. I'm telling you all right now.
You're getting burgers tonight, too.
Oh, dude, it's a nightmare. My run tomorrow, I might have to pull a chase.
Where are you getting a burger from tonight? That's the real question.
I don't know. I might have to pull a chase and stop midway through my run and just drop some luggage off.
Chase.
Oh man,
He's talking about your.
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Your
And that's
run
okay.
behind Subway.
So one random day here at Chat Sports, there was a guy who was running.
But it was Subway that.
Have you ever had to?
Oh, Jimmy John's.
Have you ever had to?
Have you ever
heard a dream? When you were running, you know what I mean? Like you're running, you're like, holy shit, I got to shit. And then you're like, I just got to do it. And that happens.
I was running.
All right, you tell a story. You got it.
So I was on a run, and it was a really cold night in Dallas, probably like 20, 25 degrees, and I'd run after work. At Chat Sports, we had ordered Jimmy John's earlier that day, so it was still kind of festering in the stomach. So I get to mile 1.5, and I'm feeling okay. Every step, I can start to feel my stomach grumbling. And as I'm about a half mile from my house, I'm like, I literally can't run anymore. Like, if I run, I'm going to shit down my leg. And there's nowhere to go. Whole Foods is closed, so I can't go to the bathroom there. So I'm, like, running, or walking like this. So I had to go into a back alley, had to drop the pants right by a trash can, and I left a puddle right there.
8 crazy nights. Ooh, a poopsicle.
Yeah. Chuck would have been jealous. That's all I know. Yeah, but
It felt so good, too.
holy
Oh
shit,
my
literally.
God.
Oh, man. That's great. That's going to be me tomorrow, my run back to the house. I mean, we've all been there. Don't act all high and mighty. Don't act all high and mighty. I remember one of the very first times I ever had pre-workout. I went to the gym. I just took pre-workout, and I was doing this the leg press machine. I'm not shitting you when I tell this. I had to leave immediately. I made a problem real quick.
There's this meme.
What?
It's this bigger guy at the gym. And he's like all sweaty. And he's like taking him, like, you know how people take like the mirror selfies at the gym?
Yeah.
And he's like, just took a shit, ready for my workout.
Dude, I took a shit in the middle of LA Fitness, and I'm not even kidding you when I say that. That's why I don't go there anymore. Zahn, what do I still owe you? Tell me, please. Because I'm not doing a boot. I don't think I have a boot in me. I literally don't think I got a boot in me. I thought that was Coop. Dude, that's elite. Holy shit. You can't tell me that that's not Coop.
Day one at the gym, just finished taking a shit. Let's get this workout.
Oh, man. That's amazing. Holy crap.
Dude.
I'm not ready for this next segment. I'm telling you this right now. No, you got a few boots. All right, I'll make you guys a deal right now. Zahn said I did 300 during your segment. You did too. Zahn, I'll tell you this right now. If you ever feel cheated, I want you to tell me. Because that's the last thing I want.
So you don't want to wait till after this? Okay.
Did I say I would? I'm going to be honest. I have no idea. I don't remember anything. At this point, this is like the part of the movie where everything else is blacked out. And I'm telling you this right now. I am probably one of the best in the biz. When I get to this part, we're just going to go with it. You know what I mean? Like, we're just going to go with it. Robert, I can't do a boot. I will not do a boot. I'm not going to do a boot. It's not going to happen. So just throw that whole idea out the window.
I'll do a boot if Robert sends in 100 right now.
See, Robert talks a lot.
Only Robert.
See, Robert does a lot of talking. He doesn't do a lot of backing it up, though. We love Robert around here. Robert Jansen, I'm looking at you right now. Right now.
Right now.
You know what? I'll make you a deal. If Robert sends in a 100, you and I both do a beer bong.
All right.
Robert, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Will Robert send in a 100? Y for yes and for no.
Right meow.
Right meow for Aiden O'Connell.
Oh, no.
Dude, I'll tell you though, the longer and longer this journey goes, the longer they get and the easier they get. An hour from now, though, I'm going to have to leave, and Alex is going to hate me. But
All right.
it's the price we pay.
Let's get this cut before we do anything else.
We're doing the cut? Which one?
The news.
All right, yeah, we got it. Who's the sponsor?
Manscaped.
Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be entertaining at its best. Longs On, presented by Manscaped. You can't beat it. Oh, man. After this cut, I'm going to give you guys probably like 15 minutes. We're going to rage. It's going to be deals out the wazoo. Then I got to go. And then I'm going to have to leave.
I think your wall is already zooed.
What does that look like?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Have you ever met anybody that worked at a zoo? The answer is yes.
All right, you ready?
Probably not. All right, let me get a few deep breaths. I'm glad Zahn's entertained because that literally today's show should be presented by David Zahn. All right, here we go. 3, 2, one. Let's get this thing going. Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report with Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports. And coming up here on today's show, the latest news and rumors around the silver and black. Now, I would not be able to do today's show if it wasn't for our awesome sponsor, Manscaped. Head on over to manscaped.com. Use code Raiders for 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. Now, one of the things that I love to bring attention to people is competition, because I think people thrive on competition. And the Raiders are going up against the Dallas Cowboys on Saturday. And here is our August subs battle. The Raiders are down to the Cowboys report. I don't want that shit to fly. By the time Saturday rolls around, I want us to be at exactly the same number. So if you could, hit that subscribe button. You hate the Cowboys? Hit that subscribe button. You hate losing? Hit that subscribe button. Because coming up here on today's show, we're getting into the latest around Chandler Jones, Jakorian Bennett, and Jerry Jeduy. So the latest on Chandler is that he has missed 11 practices in a row. And he hasn't played a single snap during the preseason. Josh McDaniels said on Wednesday that he is getting close to returning to playing time. The problem is, I know a lot of Raider fans out there, they want to see a Jones on the field, right? And don't get me wrong. I don't want to rush back Chandler in any source of the imagination. He had a bad season last year with only 4.5 sacks. Here's the problem, though. The Raiders are not going to put him in a position where they feel like, all right, he's got to get out there onto the field. Yes, he's missed 11 practices. Yes, he has missed some playing time. Yes, he had a bad season last season. But let's be real. I think that the Raiders and Chandler Jones are just playing it safe. When you think about the Jimmy Garoppolo situation, when you think of the Tyree Wilson situation, when you think of the way that the Raiders have handled every single one of their injuries this entire offseason, they have played it safe. And it's exactly what they're going to continue to do here with Chandler. On top of that, I also know Jones last season, ended the year on the IR, had a wicked elbow injury, and he knows what it took to get him back this season. He's also not going to rush himself back. In fact, this is what Chandler Jones had to say on this offseason. I went through a whole rehab process, and I was rehabbing. I took my time opposed to just jumping on the weights and trying to gain muscle right away. So I got back healthy. Then I started working out, lifting, and that's where I am. I kind of just shed the leaves off the tree, and then I'm growing them back on. My take of hearing what Chandler had to say, and just honestly, this whole injury situation going on with Chandler Jones right now, if the Raiders are truly worried about Jones, they're going to keep 5 defensive ends when roster cuts are due, which is on August 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. You know that Max is going to make it, Chandler's going to make it, Tyree's going to make it. I do think that 4 defensive ends is probably the best situation here for this team, but maybe they keep 5. And if they do keep 5, it's because they're worried about Tyree Wilson. It's because they're worried about Chandler Jones. Here's the problem, though. Who ends up making it? Is it going to be Jordan Willis? I don't know. Is it going to be Malcolm Koonce? Potentially. Maybe it's Adam Plant Jr., maybe it's Isaac Rochelle. I do believe that all 4 of those players have an opportunity to make this roster right now. So as it stands, think about the year last season that Chandler had. Now you think about the fact that he's missed a lot of games, preseason games, a lot of practices, 11 in a row, and where we are at right now with this Raiders team. I want you to tell me, this is going to be the pinned comment on today's show, so scale it from 1 to 10. 1 being not worried at all. 10, you're freaking the hell out. What is your concern level with Chandler Jones as it stands right now? My concern level with Jones is a 7, and it's because of his play that he had last season and where the Raiders stand right now. The only way the Raiders go from being honestly, they've been bad. Let's be real. They've been a bad defense to a good defense to a great defense is good. You need the best part of Chandler Jones. Great. Tyree Wilson, Chandler Jones, Max Crosby got to be producing. And in the AFC West, when you have Russell Wilson, when you have Patrick Mahomes, when you have Justin Herbert, you have to be able to take that next level. And I'm hoping Chandler's ready for week 1. If y'all want to take your bowl game to the next level, listen the hell up, because today's show is presented by Manscaped. And I didn't get a longs on by not using Manscaped. So you can get free shipping and 20% off, but you got to use promo code Raiders. That tells Manscaped that you watch the Raiders Report. If you go to manscaped.com and use promo code Raiders, that is the number one way to tell Manscaped, that big company, that you watch the Raiders Report. So sure, I know there's a bunch of people out there that use the Lawnmower 4.0. And for those that don't use it, you're missing out, because this is the number one product that you need to use on your ball sack, on your shaft. And if there's ever been somebody out there, and I don't need you to tell me down in the comments, but if this has happened to you in the last month where you've used a cheap razor and you've cut yourself down there and you have that moment where you're like, oh, don't let that happen. Manscaped's not going to let that happen because of this awesome Lawnmower 4.0. All you got to do is use code Raiders at manscaped.com, which if you can't find the link, it's probably because you can't find anything else down there because you got a giant George W. rocking. Use code Raiders at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. And who knows, maybe she will do to you. Let's go to the next injury update here. It's around Jakorian Bennett. And I was talking to a source today about the injury around the Raiders' 4th-round pick out of Maryland. They told me that Bennett is dealing with something, however, it is minor. And this is another situation where the Raiders would rather play it safe than putting out the young man and just putting him in a bad situation. He missed practice on Wednesday, he missed practice on Thursday, and he didn't play in the preseason game against the Rams. Some people might see that last note and see it's no big deal, it's just the preseason. But if you watch the Raiders preseason game against the Rams, they put their entire starting defense out there. Marcus Peters played. Max Crosby played. If there was a game where Max Crosby plays in the preseason and Jakorian Bennett doesn't play in the preseason, that should be alarms going off in your head. And Chugs and I, we both said it during our live watch party. The fact that Jakorian's not out there, that should be a concern. There is something going on that Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, that they are not telling you. And I am simply up here telling you that, yes, Bennett is dealing with an injury. Unfortunately, my sources don't know what the injury is because McDaniels and Ziegler aren't going to tell you. From what I know, though, it is minor, and that the hope is that he is ready to go week 1 against the Denver Broncos. So how about this? Let's ask this question. We talked about Chandler Jones battling an injury. We talked about Jakorian Bennett battling an injury. Which one are you more concerned about? Let's say it's week 1 right now. Raiders getting ready to go up against the Denver Broncos. September 10th, week 1, NFL season, division rival. Which player, if they are not able to go, you're like, shit, this sucks. Type CJ for Chandler Jones, or I want you to type JB for Jakorian Bennett. For me personally, I get the fact that some people are scared about Bennett. However, the answer is Chandler Jones. Why? It's the money that you're paying. The money that you're paying Chandler Jones, and for the ability to get after the quarterback, that makes the back end of your secondary a lot easier. Am I worried about Jakorian? Yes. But I'm a lot more worried about Jones because he's older and he's coming off a very bad season. Let's go to the next injury update here, and this has nothing to do with the Raiders, but it also has a lot to do with the Raiders, right? Anytime you keep your friends close, you got to keep your enemies closer, and Jerry Jeduy was carted off the practice field today due to a hamstring injury. And hamstrings, they definitely have a tendency to linger around a little bit. The Raiders, they play the Broncos in 17 days from the time that I am making this video. And I'm telling you all right now, I do not expect Jerry Jeduy to play. In fact, while I have been live, there has been a little bit of an update on Jeudy, and he is expected to miss several weeks. It is not a season-ending hamstring injury, but with the amount of injuries that the Broncos have had at wide receiver, he's not playing week 1. I'm telling you all that right now. Jerry Jeduy is not playing week 1 against the Las Vegas Raiders, which means that helps out our defense a lot. Hurts Russell Wilson because they've already lost Jerry Jeduy. Tim Patrick's not out there. KJ Hamler, probably their number 3 receiver. He's not going to be out there either. The Broncos have caught the injury bug, which usually belongs to the Chargers. But, I mean, let's be real. This is a big-time loss for Denver, and this is going to help out this Raiders team during week 1. So this is what Mercy Health on social media had to say about hamstring injuries. Mild to moderate grade 1 or grade 2 tears or strains can heal within 3 to 8 weeks with diligent home therapy. For a grade 3 hamstring tear or strain, recovery may be long as 3 months. Returning to sports before injury is fully healed can cause more severe injuries. The fact that the Denver Broncos drafted Jeudy where they did in round 1, right after Henry Ruggs was drafted in 2021, they're not going to put him out there. And with all these injuries, they don't want to rush him back. Like, they think long-term. When you hire Sean Payton, when you have the whole thing going on with Russell Wilson, I don't think that the Broncos are a playoff caliber team, but that's where they're going to be. They're going to be thinking long-term playoffs. Jeudy, he's out, which now means that your number 1 receiver is Courtland Sutton, which also means Marvin Mims and Brandon Johnson are the next 2 guys up. I'm telling you this right now, this is arguably the worst receiving room in the National Football League due to injuries. I do think they have other talented players, but they're not going to be playing in this game. And that is a huge, huge advantage to the Silver and Black. Before I leave all y'all today, I do have a few notes from Raiders practice, and it's not many notes. First off, today was the final day of training camp. It's crazy, man. Like, I think about the entire offseason. May, June, July, August. Think about how much time we've spent on this show together. And think about how many crazy things that we have done. Football is so back. I can't wait for the regular season. I can't wait for week 1 up against the Denver Broncos. In terms of the major practice notes today, I would say Byron Young, the Raiders' 3rd-round rookie, he was practicing today. In terms of the guys that did not practice today, Brenton Brown, not there. He ain't making the 53. Chris Lacey didn't practice today. He ain't making the 53. Dylan Parham still battling with a concussion. They're playing it safe. Obviously going to make the 53. Isaac Rochelle did not practice today. Chandler Jones did not practice. Bilal Nichols, Adam Butler, Marcus Peters, Brandon Faison, Jakorian Bennett, and Marcus Peters all did not practice today. If you're looking for more news, more updates here around the Silver and Black, we're your one-stop shop, and we're going to have a good time while we do it. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. That way, you never miss a thing. Whew, boy, that was an absolute battle and struggle to get through, but hey, we came out on the other side, and we're stronger because of it. Venthrax says, eat that corn. Jeremy had to go take a quick pee break. Do you watch college football? Give me a yes or give me a no. I hope that every single one of y'all do type your yes, because for me personally, over the past 3 or 4 years, I've watched a lot of college football, but I watched quarterbacks because I knew deep down Derek Carr was not the answer. Like, for anybody that legitimately, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, for anybody that watches football, like you watch Derek Carr's film for just an hour, you know that Derek was never going to be a top 10 quarterback. Like, let's call a spade, right? Like, let's be real. I respect Derek. I will always have love for DC, but he was never a top 10 quarterback after the injury. 2015, 2016, no doubt about it. After the injury, totally different player. So from 2017 on, never a top 10 quarterback. Again, let's be real with ourselves. So yes, I watched a lot, and I mean a lot of college football because I looked at QBs. Like this season, I'm going to watch every USC game. I'm going to watch Caleb Williams. During the season, I'm going to watch every UNC game because I love me some Drake May. And this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'll tell you this right now. I would take Drake May over Caleb Williams, and I've said this for a very long time. If I had the number 1 overall pick in 2024, I will take Drake May over Caleb Williams. Why? Both players, extremely talented. Caleb Williams is more talented, but Drake May has it up here. And that's why I'll take Drake May over Caleb Williams. Now we got 300 people watching right now. And we got almost 400 likes on this show. So shout out to every single one of y'all crazy mother effers that have turned into this shit show, probably presented by David Zahn. I mean, let's be real. David has been on a whole nother level. He's today's MVP. This is going to be the jersey that I wear Raiders Cowboys preseason week 3, which I anticipate to be an insane show because we have the Raiders report here at Chat Sports. Then we have the Cowboys report here. More subs, bigger audience, and we're going to compete with them. And it's going to be a hell of a battle. And I can't wait for it to end up going down. So we just hit 400 likes. I'm going to salute to all of y'all right now. So I'm going to be real. I got a few beers over here. I got 2 beers left, okay? In terms of my drinking, it's probably all I got left in me, okay? I try to be honest with y'all. That's probably all I got left in me. We do have a few more super chats to get to. We will answer them. We'll talk about it a little bit longer. We went through them all. Steel cage. Okay. Here's going to be the final deal that I have on today's show.
Do you watch college football?
A lot of yeses. A lot of yeses.
If you're a fan of Michigan football, we have a channel.
We do. We do have a channel. My final deal is this. I got 2 beers sitting right here. Anthony Sandoval, thank you for the roses.
Thank you for the roses.
The final deal is this. And David, it doesn't count if it comes from you. You've done more than enough. I don't want you to send anything else in today's show. I do not.
Thank you for the roses.
Somebody else has to step up for Zahn. If we get 4 people to send in a 50 right now, 4 people, send it in a 50, not from David. Zahn, if you send it in, it's not going to count. I want somebody else to step up. What Zahn did today was insane.
In the membrane.
It was insane. Can we not realize how insane what David did was today? That doesn't sound right. 4 50s. Back to back to back to back. I'm doing 2 more beer bongs, and then I am getting the hell out of here. I'm getting out of here. I'm off tomorrow. I'll be back Wednesday. Jeremy Chugs and I are going to be tailgating.
We'll be back
Dallas.
back this Saturday.
Jose Delgado said, David Zahn, I got you.
Got your back.
Jose Delgado's got David Zahn's back. Here's my thing, though.
Thanks for the roses.
You better not let Jose hang in. Ventrak for Zahn! Ventrak for Zahn! All right, here's one. I get the fact of what this show is, but I'm telling y'all right now, what David did today, if it wasn't for Zahn, we wouldn't be where we are at right now for this channel.
No.
David Zahn, Raider Juan, I really wish y'all could see what these shows look like. Zahn, if you're still here, what these shows used to look like 3 years ago. It was like 50 people watching. Eric M! Don't leave Eric M hanging.
One more. Who's it going to be?
I know it's going to happen. I already know. I'm going to pour it up.
So close. We were so close.
I'm going to pour it up.
Refine Zeus, sorry I was in class.
Hey, I'll tell you this. You never have to apologize for being in class.
We need one more 50 for Mitch to take this down.
Boy, Ventrak. Rebel! Montana!
Go home, Marshall! Go home, Marshall! Go home, Marshall! Oh.
What do you got for me? What do you got?
Go home, Rebel. Go home, Rebel. I got a shot fun for Rebel.
You got a shot fun for Rebs?
Rebel. And for Zahn. For the Zahn.
I mean, it's got to be for the long Zahn. Chugs.
Dude, the F Marshes are cool, but when it comes from Buddy Bear, it hurts a little bit. When it comes from Buddy Bear, it hurts a little bit.
Buddy Bear's a legend here.
Et tu, Brute?
All right, Chugs. We
over your head?
We are 300 away from a boot.
I thought we were done.
You got a boot in you? If we got a 300 right now.
If we got a 300, then yes, I would do a bit.
Borelli! What up, Zon? What's up, Zon?
It can't be from Zon. It can't be from Zon. It can't be from Zon.
No, Zon?
Zon's done.
You are done, Zon!
Zon's a cheat code. He's like the guy in Madden where you're like, you can't. Zon's Michael Vick in
There
Madden.
was once like 8 happy dads in here.
Dude, I'm not even
There's not
shitting you.
anymore.
I think I'm at almost 18 happy dads.
John Borelli. Yeah, just tickle the bottom of that Merbonga.
I was trying to wave at McCullough. This is a disaster.
How the hell did I get flagged at home?
You're done, Zon.
15-yard penalty.
Beep.
Automatic first down.
Borelli,
Beep.
you can't wait for Giants Raiders.
Beep.
Oh.
Dude, I'm telling you this right now. Giants Raiders.
Might be the biggest show in this company's history.
I can't wait to take a dump on MetLife. I might actually.
What happened last time y'all came to MetLife with the Giants?
Dude.
And honestly, it might have been with
If I swear, I'm going to be
Yeah.
so pissed off. I'm going to break something if Darren Waller is not playing in that game.
Me too.
So the last time the Raiders went to MetLife to play the Giants was also Week 9. This time they're coming to Allegiant. But yeah, the last time we went to MetLife to play the Jets,
Was that the play?
is that 34-3?
Oh, I thought that was y'all's.
The Ruggs deep touchdown.
That was that game.
I think it was. No, I think you're right. I remember another game where like the Jets were awful, and I talked so much shit to my dad, and the Jets won 34-3.
I know McKenny.
That was my dad's 60th birthday, actually.
McKenny picked 6 Derek Carr last time.
There's a lot of those going around.
Oh man. Oh, Alex just messaged me and said, "I'm trying to have a night tonight."
That's what she just said?
Yeah, I mean we're trying to party. Oh, we're gonna have a night. We're gonna have a night. All right, y'all. I'm gonna say this. I gotta go. The next time you're gonna see me and Jeremy Chugs, Raiders, Cowboys, live at 7 Eastern time. I think that's where we gotta go. Yeah, PG. Yeah, I might as well text Alex. I'm gonna be a little late. Also, shout out to Martin.
Yep. Mitch has got to go. He's trying to smash that like button tonight.
Oh, it's not happening. There's 0% chance that's happening. I'm too effed up to taste this chicken right now. I'm too drunk to taste this chicken. I mean, if you guys could, spam's on right now.
Oh, my God.
Spam's on. Today's MVP. I mean, he was on another freaking level right now. But, like, that's what these shows are about. Like, when you see Mount Rainamore pull up to the chat, like, if you see Raider Ron and David's on, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible to everybody else that's a part of Mount Rainamore, okay? When you see David Zahn and Raider Ron pull up to a chat, I want you to treat them like your grandparents. And what do I mean? Like, with my grandma and grandpa, man, and rest in peace, grandpa, when they'd pull up to a family event, you show them nothing but the utmost respect, because if it's not for them, you're not where you're at. And if it's not for Raider Ron and David Zahn, we're not where we are at as a channel. Like, a lot of jobs that we have here at Chat Sports, a lot of shit we do, it's not here. So when you see David Zahn, when you see Raider Ron pull up into a chat, you treat them like your grandparents. You treat them with the utmost respect. Now, I love Wild One. I love Patrick B. I love John Borelli. I love every single member of Mount Rainamore. But there is levels to this shit. And when you see Zahn and Ron pull up to a chat,
The ceiling missing.
you show them nothing but respect. And Zahn showed yet again today why he is a part of Mount Raider more and why that's my guy, man. Zahn is always down to have a good time. And Zahn said, honestly, it was my idea to keep Chugs on the channel. I take pride in spite of the ugly feet. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man, that's a great comment. I freaking love that, man. All right, y'all. I think everyone can tell I got to get out of here, and I've needed to leave for probably a good hour or so.
Yep.
So on behalf of me, on behalf of Jeremy,
Yep.
on behalf of David Zahn, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I love doing what I do. We get a little bit wild here and there, but we do it because it's all about the nation. That's what this show is always going to be about. It's about the nation. So before I leave, spam Zahn one more time down in the comments for being today's MVP. I'm rocking the long Zahn on Saturday. And if anybody's going to the Raiders-Cowboys, oh boy, that burp almost came up. If anybody's coming to the Raiders-Cowboys preseason game on Saturday, hit me up on IG or Twitter at MitchellRenz365. And then also hit Jeremy up on Twitter as well. Let us know where we need to tailgate because I want to pull up.
We were thinking about starting at Texas Live.
It's air conditioned there, so we'll probably go there first, and then we'll migrate to see where some other spots are. But seriously, Zahn, you're a real one. I'll probably give you a call on my walk home. But I love you all to the end of the world and back. Zahn, I love you, my guy. From me, from Jeremy Chugs, it's always go Raiders. We're taking down the Cowboys. We're taking down the Cowboys report on Saturday. What do you got?
I'm hooked on a feeling, da 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 da. I'm high on believing, da 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 da, that you're in love.